Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 0, the very 0th episode of Roll20 Presents Dungeons & Dragons Baldur's Gate,
excuse you.
Descent into Avernus. Hello.
Why am I at Twitter handle? That is not my
That
Twitter
is your Twitter handle now. Yeah, you didn't know that? I changed it for you. I called Twitter
and Lauren
and I was
and Elf are each other.
God damn, it's because they moved.
We didn't move.
You know what? It's fine.
You had plenty of time.
I know, I fixed it and then I had to restart the call. You know what?
Guys
That's fine.
can find me over at twitter.com/Twitter handle.
I was gonna start by
is there
also like that I'm not a cat person.
Total chaos.
You're something edgy, Elf.
Oh yes, that's on
probably
purpose.
A cleric.
Yeah.
Twitter handle, the account doesn't exist. I could take that.
I could be just Twitter handle. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Listen, I have a lot on my plate. It's hard being a dungeon master. Thank you for interrupting me before I got the chance to. I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves because you may be tuning into this brand new show for the very first time and you might be like, who are these weirdos and why are they being so mean to Adam?
Didn't consider that.
I will let them tell you. Since Blue Jay, you seem so eager to jump in and interrupt me. Why don't you start?
I love interrupting. It's one of my favorite things to do.
Tell our lovely audience who you are and then throw it to somebody else while I open Photoshop and I fix your Twitter handle.
All right. Just shows
Three
how much.
Three margaritas.
I wish I had 3 margaritas right now, but I don't. It was fun. Okay, if you haven't watched our panel at PAX, you should watch it.
I feel like there's stuff you're supposed to be saying about yourself.
You know that thing I said here? Imagine no one in the audience has ever heard of you. Shouldn't be hard. Tell them.
Okay, all right. Hello, my name is Blue Jay. You can, in fact, make me your Warlock patron. You can find me over at twitch.tv/BlueJay or on Twitter at Twitter handle.
What is your actual Twitter? Say your actual Twitter.
BlueJay_712.
Mother of God.
I wish the underscore wasn't there, but the one without it was taken. I play a lot of clerics because I like having fight and magic. I like both of them, and clerics are pretty good for that. Might switch to something else that has fight and magic, or just fight. I'm not sure yet. You know who's really good at just fight? It's Dave the Human. Dave, you should introduce yourself.
Oh my god, we're doing segues. Well, you already said my Twitter handle. It's Dave_the_human. I like robots, but I'm not allowed to be one again this time.
Yes, yeah. We'll talk about all of that business shortly.
Yeah, I'm on here. I do this show, and that's basically it. Cool. But do you know who doesn't just do this show? This could be anyone. Let's pick randomly.
I mean, if you're picking randomly, there's really only one choice.
Oh, Lauren.
I'm actually now Random Tuesday. Up until about 30 seconds ago, I was in fact Distracted Elf. But hi, I'm Random Tuesday. You can find me all places online at Random Tuesday, and maybe I will be not a cat person. Maybe. I'm not making any promises because I also had an idea that involved being a cat person, but now I can't remember what it was. And I also definitely, this is a thing that I said last night on my stream. I was like, are there cat people in D&D? I just straight up forgot. I forgot that I had done, that was the thing. Hi, I'm here to remember Dungeons and Dragons.
That's really good.
You literally just spent like a year.
You know, I was really excited about playing Dungeons and Dragons, but I would really like a game where I could play an elf.
Anyway, and last but not leastly, speaking of elves.
Thank you.
We made that good transition.
I was slowballing you that pitch, and I was wondering if you're going to
Adam on the assist.
All right, it's me. Hello, I'm Distracted Elf. You can find me at Distracted Elf on Twitter or twitch.tv/Distracted Elf all over the place. But Adam's got me completely pegged on this one. It says something edgy underneath my character choice. Like that's it. That's the one.
I felt like that was a safe bet. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So for folks who may not have seen our previous shows, this group of very special nerds has been playing D&D together for quite some time. We just finished up playing through some of Mad Mage which if you want to check that out, you can on YouTube. We've played Dragon Heist, and some assembly of these people have played all kinds of other role-playing games. Most of the time, I have been their dungeon and or game master. My name's Adam Coble. This is my job. This is what I do. I make these people suffer by way of Dungeons and Dragons. So today we're doing what's called a session 0. Basically, we sit down and we talk about kind of our priorities for the upcoming campaign. I can share some of the kind of tonal stuff about Descent into Avernus, but we're not actually going to do any like role playing this session because we don't have characters and we don't know anything that we need to do. So my job today is going to be to make sure that all of these people make characters that will work for this adventure, because I know a lot more about that universe than they do. So it'll be things like guiding them towards picking character types that might fit into the adventure, helping them make choices that will keep the characters involved. And then also, because I know some of what's ahead, being able to kind of talk to the players about like what to expect. And that can mean like mechanical stuff, right? I don't want you to play a sailor if the whole adventure's in the desert.
Yeah.
I have had that happen. Did I tell you this story?
You told me this.
I think you have.
Yeah, it's a real thing that happened to a friend of mine at Gen Con. It was the worst one shot of all time. He played a pre-gen.
I don't think so. I think
it was bad on top of that. Anyway, you can go dig through the archive if you want to find the rest of that joke. So also just like letting the players know, because I've been playing with these people for a while and I know the kinds of things that they're into or that they might be sensitive to. So if there's any of that stuff in the adventure, this will be my opportunity to kind of bring it up and talk about it. Though it's going to be a short conversation because I don't think there is anything. I guess if you're sensitive to totally kick-ass heavy metal demons, maybe you should go.
Guess I better just get out.
Yeah, right. If the idea of our dark lord and savior Satan, master of the pit, is offensive, I'm sure that Jesus would love to have a long conversation with you about it. But this is going to be our sort of pre-adventure setup, and really it's going to be mostly about these folks. We're making characters, and that's sort of the central activity. So let's talk about the adventure and about the kinds of characters that might fit into it. So I mentioned to the group before that characters that are tieflings, characters that are Aasimar, both super potential for being deeply connected. Obviously characters who are from Baldur's Gate, from Candlekeep, from nearby Elturel, all also relevant. And there's a lot of information in the adventure about Baldur's Gate, like the city and its culture, which I have read and I will tell you about.
So what you're saying, Adam, is I should play a flaming fist mercenary.
You literally can. The soldiers. This was the next. So this was the next thing. So the next thing I was gonna say is, yeah, like because she's literally everywhere. Tiefling or Aasimar that are connected to Zariel or to the place, to Avernus, also useful. If you're from Baldur's Gate, you'll have lots of stuff to tie you in. There are no new subclasses or races or subraces, anything in the adventure itself, but there is a new background and there's a sort of shared background that we'll work on. And to answer your question, Elf, yes, I believe that the modified version of the soldier background is that you are a member of the Flaming Fist.
Don't you mean that you serve the Flaming Fist, Adam?
That's right, you can serve the Flaming Fist. And because the only reference that I have for what people from Baldur's Gate sound like are those guys from the Flaming Fist, that's a Baldur's Gate accent. If you're from Baldur's Gate,
sir.
Welcome to Baldur's Gate. Yeah, it's the Texas of the Forgotten Realms. So that's kind of where I'm at. Yeah. So let's talk about characters. What is everybody interested in playing? Like just generally, does anybody have any kind of like, and I guess this is worth mentioning, primary sources, right? We're using like not Unearthed Arcana, but any of the stuff that has options that exist in the Forgotten Realms. So we talked about this a little bit before. Yes, Dave.
I have a question.
Yeah.
You say no UA stuff. If someone were potentially being interested in playing a ranger, could they play the ranger that's slightly less broke? But the problem is it's too good, so I don't know. But I'm thinking about rangers.
So what you're really secretly asking me is, you know that there is an overpowered class option and you would like to play it.
I don't...
That's actually what Dave just said. Yes.
I think it's more that Beastmaster is broken both ways in both choices.
Yeah, like
Either
one's
incredibly
too good,
terrible
bad.
or incredibly amazing.
Oh, it's hard.
It is. I'm afraid. Yes.
As for my choices,
Mm.
I was thinking UNT Pureblood, race-wise.
Interesting. Baldur's Gate is very heavily connected to Chult by way of trade.
And I imagine spies are
Oh yeah, so this is the thing about Baldur's Gate. If you don't know about Baldur's Gate yet, it's a shithole.
Yeah.
Not quite like Zentil Keep level shithole, but
based on what mostly Adam, I want to do this because I want to just do the hissing sibilant voice that will come with it. That's all I want out of it.
Yeah.
Class wise, I want to see what other people are doing first and then figure it out. But charisma is my main bonus stat, so sorcerers and warlocks are like pretty high up on the stuff, depending on what I roll.
Yeah, right. So, and that's how it works, right? Where you think about the species or you play the race you want to play, and that can kind of lead you towards certain class choices. But yeah, 1T totally an option. Absolutely makes sense in the adventure.
Hadn't really thought about a race a little bit, but I was leaning towards paladin because I like the idea of.
Well, then you should go that. You should go that little Zariel. The Zariel tiefling is good for paladins, I've heard.
Aasimar paladins are also cool.
Yeah, I was thinking Aasimar, and pointed out I did have, which let's be honest, it was for the joke, a goblin paladin with an oath of vengeance against these people that came in and murdered their whole family while they were out to sell them at the marketplace.
I like that idea.
It's pretty far to go, but like I have a feeling because of how many Merkelites are in Baldur's Gate that there are
Merkelites in Baldur's Gate.
I just remembered one word, Merkel. They're on a quest.
I just imagine that, during her sleep or while she's walking, Makaria is always just like screaming Merkel.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what I'm gonna go with, but
okay. Yes, the Aasimar Paladin sounds awesome. Tiefling Paladin and Goblin Paladin all sound awesome.
Yeah, all of those sound great. Yeah,
because it sounds like there's several people who want to be warlocks, so I will let them warlock it out.
I've penned an idea for you as well, Adam. You can check the PCs. I think you noticed.
Is it please let me play a robot again?
No, I do like that, and I will. You know what? I'm going to show the audience this time. This is good. This is Dave's aspirational character, a skeleton paladin named Sans Undertale, whose subclass is Bad Time Maker and subrace is Jokes. We've been talking about this since Tomb. No, you can't play a skeleton unless that skeleton is wrapped in flesh. Then you can play a skeleton. But
he's in Smash Bros now. He gotta be in D&D.
You're just skeleton man. It's fine.
That's not the rule. There's nowhere in the player's handbook that it says if it's in Smash you can play it.
Yeah, I don't see that either.
That sucks. All right, I'll think of something else.
Okay, all right. Oh, that's fine.
My first initial thoughts on character are I got these horns at the Renaissance Fair. That's my first thoughts.
Yeah.
So tiefling probably. Unless there's other people that have horns, in which case
no, you can take it.
No, do it.
See, I'm also on the list of what's best to cosplay
that have.
Honestly, UNT pick was also for that reason. I think it would look sick.
Well, I was like, Lauren's in the party, so we have to cosplay. Yeah.
You just, I like, a little bit of body paint, some creepy contact lenses. I already own armor.
See, there you go.
I just have it laying around.
So that was my
okay. I do. It's just lying around.
How dare you laugh at Lauren for that?
My first thought was how can I use my cool horns? My second thought is class wise, because I was looking at the tiefling subraces, and I thought that what's the subrace? Just give me a sec. Tieflings. The tiefling of Fyrna was kind of cool.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of like manipulating people in there, and I thought it could be interesting because we were talking about druids, like having a druid that are like animals, cool, like humanoids, nah, I'll manipulate and use them, and they don't care or matter, and like maybe that could be interesting, but like I don't know.
There is the circle of spores that Elf pointed out, which is
It's way too similar to Makaria.
Oh yeah, no,
It's
that's
very
fair.
similar. Yeah.
It's like you get animate dead, and like you can reanimate a recent corpse as a bonus action.
I was just going for what you might like. That's
No. I like it's
Go for
totally
it.
If
understandable.
you want to go more caster, land is definitely the route to go. I don't know, dreams could be funky.
Yeah, dreams is also pretty cool. I like it's just like I kind of want to be chill.
all right.
Is
Druid is a great class for chill.
yeah.
I love druids
True
personally.
fucking neutral, baby.
Yeah, and then like thinking about like if tiefling and druid don't classically go together, but that like Fyrna, you get wisdom. And also just like the idea of like why would a druid have like all of these manipulate people things, and it's like maybe they just don't like think like imagine like people being like, oh, dogs, like you can do like whatever, dogs will just love you no matter what, and me being like, oh, people, like you can just manipulate them and they'll just like be totally fine with it. It's like whatever, except for they aren't, they get hostile evidently.
They do. I do
I like how you're talking about your initial plan was I'm gonna be chill, and then you're like, oh, people.
Well, it's
fuck
just
those
because
guys.
like the Fyrna has like the friends cantrip, charm person, and suggestion.
Yeah, all of the morally worst spells in the game.
So it's like,
Just the
but that's the
worst.
only tiefling that gets wisdom that I saw.
I mean,
Well-
that won't matter if you roll 18s.
Yeah, if I roll all 18s, then who cares?
I feel like the stat array is fairly important.
BS, Dave. BS. No one believes you.
There's also the option because so druid you need wisdom for casting, but it can be good to obviously have like constitution and stuff like
There
that.
is
So
a
you could always take your
constitution.
racial bonuses in a different stat and then just put your highest stat in wisdom if you roll well.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different tiefling things in Mordenkainen's.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're like a billion.
A bajillion.
Yeah. I actually really liked how Mordenkainen's expanded not only the tieflings, but it gave you like cultist variants too, because you need variants of like the low level nerd creatures. So yeah, I thought that was really cool.
I thought about doing an Eladrin, but I feel like UNT is gonna be better. I think it's better.
Can you imagine if instead of tiefling, it was tiefling? And-
Tiefling.
Well, you're part human, part teeth. I mean, everybody is.
Yeah.
But the
They're
small
like
part.
teeth. Or they like made out of an animal or something. I don't know.
Gross.
I'm sorry, I'm on a lot of like sickness drugs right now.
Oh, that's true.
That's true, yeah.
I wanted to mention
They're hopped
also
up on
because
goofballs.
I like to borrow trouble and roll my stats. We did mention before stream about a type of like a variation to rolling stats where if the total modifiers, like when you add them all together, is less than +1, which Makaria I think was 0. Then we can reroll.
Oh, okay, cool. That's a good idea.
That's a good option. I'd like to propose another option. You roll 3d6 for each stat in order, and then you just keep what you get.
Why are you the
Like,
worst?
I
would
would
like
like
to
the
propose
hard
I'll do
mode.
that. I'll do that if I get to be a skeleton.
No, you can't be a skeleton. I would have to design you a skeleton race like
I'll do
on
it
the
by
fly.
myself.
No, I do not trust you to design your
God
own
damn,
D&D.
I will do it myself.
Wow.
So
Anyway,
I
I
don't know,
just
it sounds
don't
like
want
maybe
to
we should just roll.
I don't want to have my stats be as horrible as they were. I just want to have a little bit of utility. Just
Who
a
would like
tiny
to
bit.
sacrifice themselves upon the altar of RNG first?
Who loves
Not it.
Timora the most?
I'll do it.
Do it.
Whose elf was like, who loves Timora? I love Timora.
All right,
I'll
hang
go.
on,
I
let me
fucking
get ready. I'm gonna
Great.
I'm
I'm
gonna
number
follow.
one Timora stan.
I'm gonna follow along in the
It's 4D6.
Charactermancer.
Is it?
No, you
D1
can. I think
minus-
you can just do it from the Charactermancer.
Oh, can you?
I think
Oh,
so.
okay.
Oh, that's fun.
So if it'll roll on the table just like normal.
Use the character mancer.
So in the Charactermancer, yeah, if you go, you gotta choose your race in the Mancer. You can always go back.
Pure blood.
Yeah.
Do I need to do alignment and shit, or can I just move on to? roll?
You can. It'll ask you for one. You can just set it to neutral if you want, and then you can come
I
back
will
and
set it
change
to
it.
true neutral and come back.
Yeah, that's fine.
if I
So you'll make a couple of.
I don't have a class, but I'll
Choices.
just go next. Ability score choice roll for stats. Here we go.
so excited.
Are you ready, everyone? My heart is in my fucking
I don't know if I'm ready.
Do this.
There you go.
Oh, yeah!
There you go.
That's actually really good.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, those are great. Those are all very good sets.
And it automatically rolls
Okay with
46 and then drops the lowest one.
Yes, yeah. So the stats, it's 46, drops the lowest one, and Elf got a 13, an 11, a 16, a 15, a 13, and a 14.
No 18s, but it's fine.
I mean,
It'll
it's
be
still
fine.
like you could make that 16 and 18 easy.
If I need 18 charisma, I can make it happen first level.
Under the G, 36. Okay, so that's how you do it in the Charactermancer. You just get to that point, and then you roll it up. So those are your stats.
That's terrifying. I'm gonna get so much worse than that. I can't do that. I can't roll as well as Elf.
Do it!
I believe in
Ready?
you. You got it this time.
I like that Elf is channeling Macho Man Randy Savage
know what?
right now, like
You know
calling you
what?
out. Like, I don't think you're strong enough to roll your stats. Like, I think you can do it. I believe in
You
you.
could get away.
Or Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Do it, brother.
You know what? Do it.
Elf. Blue Jay, are you doing it?
Somebody
You
just
ahead.
do it. Oh
right.
God, the pressure.
I'm
All
already hit it. Oh, nice.
right,
Yeah.
so
All right.
skews higher on the 13s, 2 9s, a 16, and an 11.
Weird.
The 16 is good, and the 9s are not too bad.
Yeah, they're not 3s.
I'll live.
Yeah. I mean, the
13.
only real analysis that's required of any of these is it more or the same or less than the array? Because this was the choice. Oh, you're hoping for higher than the array. Yeah.
All right.
Higher than the array would be more than +1 total.
Yeah.
Yes.
But if you're willing to make it higher than the array, then I'll take those.
No.
odds.
I don't want rolling to be an obviously better choice. It has to be a gamble. That's why there's dice involved.
Go, Dave.
Dave or Blue Jay, either one.
Oh,
Just click the thing. I
Is
believe
it
in
not going?
You just go first. I'll go last.
Okay. I guess I'll just
I'll take the
pick.
tropes.
I don't want to pick proficiencies. How do I not do this?
Go on abilities.
What?
What?
Just click through next until you get to the choosing your score
okay.
thing, and then you choose it.
Roll for stats.
Yep.
I got a 17.
You did get a 17. Very nice. So 14, 10, 15, 11, 8, 17.
I think that is the
Way
best
better
one.
than
I think
Makaria.
that's the
That's
best one
so
so far.
much better than
Much
Makaria.
better than Makaria, yes.
God,
I think that's the best one.
Makaria was so bad.
Just because you can make that 15 a 16 with whatever your off stat is.
Here we go. I'm so excited to roll the 3. I've got 4 a couple of
So
times.
nervous.
A 3. A 3 is my new goal. Here we
Okay.
go.
All right.
All 10s.
Hoocha!
Nothing. You don't get that.
Not bad. You get 17. That's a pretty good. That's a pretty
pretty
good
good.
line.
Dave is slightly worse than Blue Jays, I would say. Average.
Yeah.
But
I think I got the worst.
17,
You did, but it wasn't
14,
even bad.
17, 14,
Yeah.
13, 12, 9, and 13. And here, just for the sake of it.
Adam's gonna roll stats too.
3.
how I got
3.
That is the best by fucking miles.
13,
Okay.
16, 14, 14, 13, 12. But it doesn't matter. It'll just blow away in the wind. There go all
Nothing.
those rolls.
It means nothing.
Means nothing.
I didn't roll 4 8s.
Guys, I think we did pretty well.
You did pretty good.
Yeah.
Well,
I loved it. Love to
So
see it.
now
I
you have to start making the real decisions.
I could
Shit.
actually pretty much choose whatever class I want.
It's nice.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think mine and
Keep talking. I gotta go grab a pen.
Okay.
I think mine and Lauren's look like they're going to be single stat main classes, right? Because we've got one good
Yeah.
stat and everything else is kind of average. But the other two,
Which is unfortunate if I was thinking Paladin.
You can still make it work with Paladin.
Paladin's great. Yeah, if you what you got? Yeah, that's tough because you can't quite get to 16 on your secondary stat.
I mean, you can be ready for 16 on your first level up that gets stat boost. A 16 is plus 2 or 3? Plus 3. So you'll have a plus 2, which isn't bad.
Yeah, you wouldn't really need charisma. You want like that in strength, probably.
Now I have to choose a class, and that's the hardest part. Fuck.
Yeah, it's like the most significant thing about the rest of the character's lifespan.
Yeah,
Do I just do a Hexblade Warlock? Is that what I do?
you has play well.
Maybe that's what I do.
Warlock has a lot of potential utility because you could be the healing Warlock if we don't have a cleric. which
I
combined
will
with
say warlock for now, and then see what other people come up with.
but you could also do hexblade if you wanted to.
Yeah. If we need like a fightery warlock, I can do that. If we need like a healery warlock, I could do that. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's true. Someone points out, as a paladin, a lot of my spell slots I'll be using on smite anyway, so
Yeah.
probably won't be casting that much.
Yeah.
I feel like okay, so an ASMR paladin is less funny.
Yeah.
It's less funny, but also kind of awesome.
Yeah, it's significantly more edgy.
Tied pretty nicely to the background, right?
Well,
Because-
and what kind of ASMR are you
Well,
following?
I was thinking there could be an option that I could be like a fallen ASMR with the oath of like aiming towards the oath of
Conquest?
The Conquest is like the bad guy paladin one.
Vengeance?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
no, it's the like redemption.
Oh, the redemption one. Yeah.
That would make sense. Yeah.
Okay.
Humans are boring. I don't want to play human.
I might go
Yeah,
if I go
There's I can't remember
through
what
it. I think Circle of the Shepherd looks pretty cool.
I can't remember what game it is, but there's in the role-playing section of maybe one of the Warhammer role-playing games, it's like elves, and it talks about how to role-play as an elf, and then it's dwarf, how to role-play as a dwarf. When it gets to human, it's like you should already know how to pretend to be one of these.
Wow.
Which I thought was funny. That's it. It's just one sentence.
That's brutal. It's really brutal.
Have you ever met humans? They're the worst.
Yeah.
But yeah, Circle of the Shepherd, if we're not having like a straight healing class at second level, I get a totem that restores hit points to any creature inside or outside the aura. Oh, if I cast a spell using a spell slot that restores hit points, each creature of my choice in the aura also regains hit points equal to my druid level. So like if I cast Cure Wounds, other people will also get a nice little like tiny boost.
Yeah, Shepherd's good. Dreams, I think, has a pool of healing.
Yeah, that's the second
It'd
level.
be interesting if we spread the healing out across the group because like paladin, you get lay on hands.
Lay on hands. Mhm.
Well, and
It's not enough
redemption
on
has
its
like some other healing stuff, right? I feel like they have.
Yeah, so the redemption thing is all about not dealing damage. So that would definitely be me focusing on like tanking and healing. So if we need DPS, then I would probably
the other option I have is I could just go monk again. I'm always happy.
and flaming fist.
I'm always happy to punch kick things.
Yeah.
Monks are good too.
But doesn't Hexblade Warlock do a good bit of damage?
The problem with Hexblade Warlock, the only thing I can see with them is that they're not very. I mean, neither are monks, but they're not very survivable. Right?
Oh, they totally are. If you go pack to the blade as well, you end up with like medium armor proficiency shields.
Oh, I guess
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
They synergize pretty well.
This is one of these. This is one of these things that I love about Dungeons and Dragons. Like these conversations, the like, okay, we're theory crafting a new party, and like looking for synergy and like,
chat, and chat is saying monk's good with my stats. My only issue with monk, with playing one right now is because all my bonus stats are int and charisma, and that doesn't.
Oh yeah,
so you don't have synergy.
Pure blood gives me int and charisma, which is like I have to do something in the sphere.
I mean, it also gives you magic resist for survivability reasons. Like if you can get that medium armor and then magic resist, like that's pretty good.
For the Hexblade.
Yeah, let's do Hexblade. Let's do Hexblade Warlock. That's what I'll do.
Okay, so you're a pure blood Hexblade Warlock.
I am.
Cool. And the Hexblade you're packed is with like with your sword,
weapon,
right?
like with an artifact of some kind. Yeah, I have to check.
Eventually,
Black
Yeah, right. Whelm. Some kind of fork.
Fucking Black Racer, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
And do you think you probably want to be like from Chult and then you came to...
Yeah, definitely.
Nice.
Like she's some kind of like spy.
Yeah, I like it.
Nice.
I actually think there's an NPC in this that is like from Chult that is part of the tomb. I think that she like... I'll look again, and it could be like a person you know, right?
Okay, yeah. The Hexblade stuff says you made a pact with a mysterious entity from the Shadowfell, a force that manifests in sentient weapons carved from the stuff of Shadow.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I
so
guess.
it's not like a demon.
Can it be the Night Serpent Dendar?
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, totally. You're like a blade of Dendar. Yeah, that's hot. Because I don't think Dendar is like a big enough deal to have cleric. This is that conversation we were having before about clerics and warlocks.
It's not a big enough deal to have proper like clergy.
Yeah. Dendar the Night Serpent. Yeah. Let's see.
Dendar.
Sphere of Influence Dreams. Eater of the World. Mother of the Night Parade. Which really sounds like a My Chemical Romance
I know,
song.
I was going to say Night Parade.
Mother of the Night Parade.
But I was a young snake.
Yeah.
Took me into the temple.
Ooh, so there's the other angle. If you don't want to be from Chult, you could be from Kalimshan, because Baldur's Gate has a little Kalimshan, and there's a Kalashite cult known as the Sacred Order of Akbar that is from Kalimport that worships the Serpent Mother. So if that's another angle, you could go. She hates Kelimverites. That's good to know.
I also hate Kelimverites.
She's on the opposite end of the spectrum. She's like Ubtau's arch enemy, basically.
Oh, she's like the opposite Ubtau, like the world destroyer rather than the world maker.
Yes, yeah, right. Ubtau made the world, and she wants to siphon in the night parade or whatever and get rid of them.
Which one are we talking about?
Who? What?
You like is this is Echo? Like,
it's Dendar, right? But
it's just Dendar by a different name.
Yes. The Sacred Order of Akbar is a cult to Dendar, who worships her in her form as the Serpent Mother.
I think she's more likely to be from Chult, just because Chult. I'm a little more familiar with UNT stuff.
The spirit token comes back when you finish a short rest.
I like it. Okay, cool. So Dendar the Night Serpent. I like it. And so her blessings manifest as a weapon. Yeah. Okay, cool. I like it.
Yeah, she is, like you said, like a blade of Dendar.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool.
Okay, so here's the question.
Yeah.
Adam.
Yeah.
So in previous games, when I've played a druid, the summon has been
random.
You chose.
No, it's random. Or I choose. Yeah, you don't get to pick. It's reef sharks every time there's no water around.
Reef sharks, baby.
That's how we've been playing it so far. I feel like I remember looking into it, and I think that's part of the animal summoning spell is quite strong, and I think part of what balances it is that you don't get to pick.
Don't get to pick fucking crocodiles.
But I won't be a dick about it and be like,
I feel like it's
sharks.
like in Faithful Summons, it says it summons 4 beasts of your choice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
if it says of your choice. Obviously, you choose.
Yeah, it's of your choice. Yeah.
But if it doesn't say that, then
there is one that I think doesn't say that.
Conjure Animals is the one that I'm thinking of.
I feel like what would make the most, or what could make sense with Conjure Animals is to because there's tables, right, in the monster manual where you roll by region. Yep. So you can be like, oh, you're in the desert.
That's usually how I pick. I'll usually choose what seems like it could be.
I like that. Yeah. You're like, you call it, hello, help me. Whatever's nearby shows up.
Are they still slightly surreal animals though? Are they still no, they're not, right? They're face spirits. So they're not real animals.
Yeah.
So you summon face spirits to choose one of the following options. So you do get to choose, is it 1 beast, 2 beasts, 4 beasts, or 8 beasts? Then I pick. So you say I summon 2 CR1 beasts, and I'll pick 2. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Just something to consider.
Yeah, of course.
You're sounding a lot like
the plus side of a druid is it's much like a cleric. You prepare spells.
Yeah.
Well, and also if you're gonna play a druid, get ready for me to ask you over and over and over, is that a concentration spell? Is that a concentration spell? Because most of them are.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in juggling concentration spells,
and druid's really good,
casting Flame Blade, doing that shit, then
I feel like I should go for the less funny options.
Yeah, Aasimar.
I think Aasimar Paladin.
I think that's the way to go.
I don't know. I've played a lot of the other classes, so I'm trying to pick something that I've played as much as I love halflings. And I like the idea of being a small creature. I've played a lot of halflings.
Yeah.
I do not play halflings all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I'm personally really into both paladins and Aasimar in the sense that I like characters that start up here and end up down here. So the idea of starting as someone who's like there's again, and I'll talk to you a little bit about the background. So Baldur's Gate's got this neighbor, Elturel, which is the capital of like kind of a fledgling country called Eltergard, and Eltergard is like a holy country. Like it's protected by angels, and it's like a big deal. They have this special cavalry called the Hell Riders.
Sick.
Yeah.
The Hell Riders? Hell yeah.
The Hell Riders, yeah. But when the campaign starts, something very bad has happened to Eltergard and Elturel, and you could be like a refugee from there. You could be a former Hell Rider. They're called that literally because they were trained to ride into hell and fight demons.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember reading about that.
I'm
that's an
also going to point out, I feel like an ASMR cosplay is a really good cosplay.
Yeah,
It
if you
looks-
use
yeah,
like
no,
sparkly
for sure.
makeup.
I'm already thinking up for myself as well. This like edgy warlock.
The goblin's fun. Whatever it is, I don't want prosthetics again. So
Makeup's
yes.
fun though.
but
So-
makeup is fun.
So the other thing, the best part, I think this is my favorite part about the thing about the Hell Riders is that they failed. They rode into hell. They got into a huge fight with a bunch of demons, and most of them were killed, and some of them escaped, and most of them like went into hiding because they had to like bear this shame.
That's what happens when you go into hell.
Yeah, when you think you're cool and you ride into hell, like, let's go fight demons, and they're like, what's up? It's hell. We're full of demons.
And then they're like, we're all here.
There is an infinite number of demons. Every time a bad person dies, look, another demon.
Wait, was it hell? So it's devils, right?
They went into they wrote. I think it was Avernus. I think is where
Avernus
they
is
went.
still hell.
Yes, yeah, right. Because Zariel is served by devils and she's fighting demons, or
And
vice
she's
versa.
fighting demons. Yeah. Zariel is lawful evil, and
That's right,
the
yeah.
demons of the abyss are chaotic evil.
That's right.
So like lol, demon web pits, all that
Tiamat.
shit, chaotic
Yeah.
evil.
Yeah.
All right. We're doing it. We're going pretty ASMR.
Are you gonna go Scourge or the more
So
protected
Scourge
one?
technically is like if you're fallen, or there's Scourge and
There's basically a DPS and a tank
Protector.
version of Asmar. Yeah.
and then there's the fallen ASMR.
Yeah. And the Fallen
Um,
Asmar are like scary.
Yeah,
scary
which
ones.
is tempting, but I feel like probably less fitting if I'm going with the like this character is here because there's a big bad and I'm trying to like either been sent by my celestial whatever mother.
Yeah, and the thing with an Aasimar is just like a tiefling, it's not like the Celestials are like in your life all the time. You're very far removed from them.
Yeah.
The daughter of a daughter of a daughter of a daughter. of a
Yeah,
daughter.
yeah. Otherwise you'd be like a half angel or whatever.
Could be there if you want.
But I also could have fallen and now I'm trying to
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So if you're a protector, it might be like something terrible has happened in Elturel, and it is your divine, because you not only are you an Aasimar, but you're a paladin, and so you might have a god, like you might serve Torm or Helm or something, and they're like, yo, you double need to go check this out and save the people of Elturel and like protect Baldur's Gate or whatever. Or you could go Scourge and be like, I have to go and we need to do something about Zariel, right? She used to be an angel, and then she
Paladin of Asmodeus.
she got
I'm just
sucked
saying.
in. She got sucked in, and now we have to go and like cut the line off there. We got to stop her from embarrassing heaven. Or you could be a fallen Aasimar, and you could be like you already tried to do that and you failed. Or you could be like a member of the Hell Riders and you failed.
kind of like that.
Yeah.
I think that tone, I feel like that decision for me is also based off of what other people are thinking, like, why are your characters there?
Yeah. So
Like,
the thing is, like, we
we're all
gotta
like noble group here to defeat evil, then
so
it makes me
I'll tell you this. We'll look slightly ahead. So
Yeah.
what we'll do is we'll do class and race. And when we get to background, we'll talk about the special Baldur's Gate backgrounds, and I'll talk a little bit about the shared background that we're going to build together. So you are all tied together by a dark secret.
Sick.
So by nature, the characters in this have, even if nothing else, even if you make the nicest, happiest, neutral, goodest character in the world, they still have a dark secret. That
I
they're
can
tied
tell
to.
you from my alignment choice that I'm none of those happy good.
Do you say? How interesting. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. Yeah, so I mean, we can keep talking about like characters and stuff, but think on what kind of Aasimar you want to be, and then also what kind of god you want, or whether you're just like, I serve goodness.
I serve the flaming fist.
Yeah, you can pretty much just be
Flaming Fierce.
Just be Liberty Bell from Glow. Just be her all the time. Just a glamorous lady wrestler who happens also to be paladin. So Blue Jay, you want to be a tiefling and you're leaning towards druid?
Yeah, the only thing is like I don't know, are there even like animals and beasts present in
you're not like the adventure doesn't start in hell. It's not like you wake up in hell and everything's on fire. It starts in Baldur's Gate.
Right. I just like, so will we spend like enough of an amount of time where it will like make sense to be a class that is focused on like talking to, summoning, and like interacting with animals?
Or like, let me look. Let me look at the general...
The summoning part basically means you'll always be okay.
Yeah, it happens all that. You can just summon it. You can be like, I'm going to summon a mighty steed to carry us across the plains of hell. And you summon a horse, and the horse looks at you like, what did you do?
What the
Why am I here? But yeah, I mean, if you wanted to, we could flavor it that they're like abyssal chickens or whatever too, that you could like conjure the animal, the fauna of hell, and that's kind of cool too.
I mean,
right?
I would love to do that, but I don't know like how
we can make it work.
Because could we like flavor it to be like a circle of hell, even though it's not?
Well, I mean, you're not like a hell druid. I think deserves its own subclass, but any kind of druid is still going to be functional in hell. It's in my autobiography. You can still like use all your spells and shit. Yeah, if that's what you want. The first, let's see, you don't, it doesn't look to me like the adventure intends you to actually go to hell until you are level 7. So no, wait, hold on.
So like
level 5.
The time we're usually done.
Level 5. You'll be in hell in level 5. So you'll have 5 levels of just being in
like Baldur's Gate area.
In Baldur's Gate, yeah.
Oh man, I can't wait to go sewers. Kill like 30 gelatinous cubes and rats. It's gonna be sick.
If I know anything about the Baldur's Gate sewers, is there's a sword that talks that you can get if you do a bunch of quests.
Yes, yeah. The first 5 levels, any and all Baldur's Gate references, just free and clear. You're clear to fire on those ones.
Lilicor, I think.
Yeah. So saith the wise Alando.
So yeah,
this adventure, unlike the previous ones that we played, has a canon year. It's the year 1492. It says in the adventure.
Columbus sailed the ocean blue.
Oh wait, that was Om. It's the wrong game. It's the wrong game. Baldur's Gate 2 is in Om. It's on Baldur's Gate. Fuck.
Which is weird because it's still called Baldur's Gate.
There's one cool thing about the Circle of Dreams Druid is like at 6th level, which would be around the time where we'd be going to hell. You get the Hearth of Moonlight and Shadow, where you can just like set up. It's basically like the tent, but it's just like a magical kind of seems like home, and we can like protect it a little better, which would make sense for like we're in hell and I don't really want to be hanging out in hell. So like here's some nice stuff.
That's cool.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I feel like Circle of the Shepherd is better, but
yeah, good.
What's the main things that you get from Circle of the Shepherd? Is it
Circle of the Shepherd? You get a totem once per short rest, and you can let's see it's a bonus action. It's not a creature or an object. It lasts for a minute or until you're incapacitated. You can re-get it at the end of the short rest, but you can either, each creature of your choice in the aura gains temporary hit points equal to 5 plus your druid level, and advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. Or when a creature makes an attack roll against a target in the aura, you can use your reaction to grant advantage to the attack roll. And you have advantage on wisdom checks in the aura, or the one where you gain advantage on all ability checks made to detect creatures in the spirit's aura. And if you cast a spell using a spell slot that restores hit points, each creature of your choice in the aura also regain hit points.
Do you have Wind Fury totem as well? Because we've got 2 melee, and that would be really good for you.
Yeah, the actual final boss, the secret final boss, is Ragnaros. So.
Dave, you haven't talked about it. What are you gonna play?
I don't know. I was thinking of two different things. God, I kind of want to be like a devil hunting ranger. I think that would be cool.
Ooh. God, yeah, like Monster Hunter for fiends.
So edgy, Dave.
That's
I love
good.
it.
I love it though. Oh, it's the worst.
Yeah, Monster Slayer.
Is your character gonna have one eye and wear an eye patch? Do you have like a repeating crossbow that like acts like a machine gun?
So then that probably does mean unless Elf is considering Celestial Warlock, then whatever the more healing druid is definitely the better idea for you.
Well, yeah. The only thing is like I feel like Circle of the Shepherd is better at healing because of that like once per short rest totem.
Like aura thing, yeah.
The aura. But it also is like if the random roll beasts that I summon are just bad, then like that is a potential source of frustration that like maybe I don't want to get myself into. Just not having control over my own like spells and effects in that way, where that's like a pretty big part of the shepherd is that they're a summoner.
Yeah, if you feel like we're just gonna argue with each other every time you cast Conjure Animals, play something different, please.
Yeah.
Or just trust me not to reef shark you every time.
Well, so the one the Circle of the Shepherd.
A lot of the Circle of the Shepherd ones let you cast. Okay.
Yeah, and then there's the Circle of Dreams, which someone just told me that the healing in that isn't a spell, so I could do that and cast a spell.
That's fun. Yeah. It depends on how healy you want to go.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the Conjure Animals, or is there a different? Oh, you're looking at Mighty Summoner. Is that?
Yeah. Well, it's just like there's a fair. It seems to be that the Circle of the Shepherd is based on being a more summoner and like totem focused.
Right.
Circle of the Shepherd just makes me think your character's like a Jesuit or something. Like I keep feeling like the Shepherd is just like a really thinly veiled. Like you're just like, I'm here in hell to turn the other cheek. I just let him hit me. I take the hit. I'm AC 10. I don't care.
Well, the thing, chat, is Circle of Spores is way too similar to Macaria.
Yeah,
in that it's incredibly like necromantic.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's a good point. Circle of the Shepherd, you can go Disney princess, right? Because animals love you.
Well, and that's the thing. Is like if there weren't going to be animals, but we have like 5 levels of animals. I guarantee
that in hell we can do lots of funny things with like Hell Bambi. Like it's
Hell Bambi. I love Hell Bambi. Oh my god, it's like like skin is falling off.
It's Bambi, but with corpse paint and like an upside down cross burned into her forehead.
It's got like magma dripping out of its mouth.
Yeah.
I also like the idea that everything you summon has tiefling horns.
Yes.
Like every animal, doesn't matter what it is, tiefling horns.
Yeah.
Just your same horns.
I mean, that'd be sick.
And the other thing is these ones are more resilient. So like even if they're bad because they're rolled randomly, they're still going to be bad.
Yeah. Well, and like I do.
Beelzebub. Done. Sold. Thank you, Jeevesy. Bambi Beelzebub. That's too good.
Bambi Beelzebub. Yeah. I feel like Circle of the Shepherd is like the one that I keep like looking at over and over again. So it'll probably end up being
Seems
that.
Like go that way.
And
okay.
I will.
And you want to do Tiefling?
Yeah. Well, I have to be a tiefling because I'm so cool.
Tiefling.
But in fairness, if you are concerned about the randomness of it, then totally understandable. Like,
yeah, that was my main concern is just like the randomness. But like, yeah, if they're all gonna be like, you summon some goats, but they're like cool hell goats. I mean,
mechanically, they're just gonna be goats, but you can imagine them as all being Black Phillip if you want.
Just slip Adam $20 every time you summon. So
hell does love goats. So
it's true.
Yeah,
it's pretty weird.
I wish there was a way for, because you have like this control over your own changing, and it makes sense that like reading it, like yes, it does like say like you pick what CR it is, and then you just fucking deal. But like. At least, I mean, we'll never get. It's a way
to balance the spell, right?
Yeah.
To give you slightly like more random stuff and force you to kind of like adapt to it. Okay, so a tiefling. Sir, what kind of tiefling are you gonna be?
I think where's Mordenkainen? I think I was gonna go with where was it? Not that one. Not that one.
Yeah, let's see
not
what your
that
options
one. Where was it? It was the one that had frost shit going on.
Glacia?
Oh, Levin.
So
Oh, Glacia is
Levistus
illusion
or
one.
whatever. Levistus.
Levisticus?
not that we'll necessarily get to
Levistus-
conjure
Levistus is
elemental.
Yeah.
Sword and shit.
Levistus is Ray of Frost, Armor of
Yeah.
Agathis.
Where is that?
Tiefling, Levistus.
Because this is cults.
Yeah.
I'm on the wrong page.
Let me see. What do we know about the Lords of the Nine? What do we know about Levistus? Is there anybody?
Levistus is magically inclined, I think.
I feel like
Isn't he?
elf.
He's like the magic guy.
If there's no, if of
Let me
everybody
check.
in this game,
Isn't he the magic guy?
you are the one I trust to be able to do this. Can you name all 9 of the hells without looking it up?
No, I can't.
Gary.
Okay, so
Dave, Gary.
I'm
Carrie?
committed
so
to
Levistus,
being a
Levistus
planner.
is like the Lich King, right?
Yeah, he's like
Lord,
the Lich
Lord of
King.
Stygia, a frozen wasteland, Asmodeus.
He's being punished by Asmodeus.
Yeah, he offers escape and safety to the desperate. A criminal entreats Levistus on the eve of their execution, etc., etc., etc. Hates Garyon, lives in the frozen wasteland.
He's not the magic guy. I thought
So
he
if
was
you
the
want to be
magic-
like a cool ice princess, then that's.
That'd be sick. I do want to be a cool
I think
ice
that's
princess.
Oh my god! If you want to be a cool Disney ice princess, you got the Circle of the Shepherd, and
Yeah, I'm gonna be a cool Disney ice princess. Cool being the operative
all
word.
right. So Frozen Stygia is
That'll be a
ruled.
cool makeup to do as well.
Frozen Stygia is ruled by Levistus, an archdevil known for offering bargains to those who face an inescapable doom.
I faced an inescapable doom. That was
Well,
my secret
Probably someone in your lineage
a long ass time ago.
faced a terrible doom, and then that's how you got made.
I'm Helsa. Oh my god.
Oh my god,
Helsa.
Helsa is a really fucking good nickname for this.
I like that a lot.
Helsa.
Oh.
And that's why we do it live, because chat,
It hurts
sometimes
me.
you're very funny. Okay, cool. So Dave,
Yeah.
what do you think? Gloomstalker?
No, if I was gonna do one, I would do the Monster Slayer.
And make it like demons or whatever.
Gloomstalker's pretty good though too.
Gloomstalker is good, but it's
more
like
like
it's more
Underdark
kind of
shit.
unlucky. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm just looking at the differences between
It doesn't have
Yeah,
subclasses.
revised or normal, and there's not. It's just like weird buffs. It's just like some things strapped on top of it, which is kind of odd.
Right, rather than like a redesign. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought they were way more different than they were. It's just like more mechanical benefits.
Right, it's like the mythic version of a dungeon. It maybe only has 1 or 2 different mechanics, but mostly it's just all the numbers go up.
Yeah. So I could do that. I could do the Ranger. I don't know what races. I've not looked at whatever's got +1 dex. And
Half
probably
elves.
I want dex and wisdom really. So maybe half elf.
Yeah.
But maybe there's something more like weird as well I could do. Or the other thing I was thinking of is a Swerfneblin wizard,
Yeah.
which is just
It's also an option.
That's certainly an option.
A what type of wizard?
Svirfneblin, the deep
The
gnomes.
deep gnome.
I don't know which kind of wizard yet.
Svirfneblin are one of the few gnomes I can tolerate. They're the cool, grungy edge gnomes.
Gnome. I would talk like a gnome. all the
Okay,
time.
so the problem is it's not a great way to boost my strength. So I think my strength, I'm going strength paladin.
Yeah. Yeah, like
16
like,
strength and 15
Yeah,
charisma.
it's like kind of fighter paladin more than
I
paladin.
mean, there isn't Dex Paladin because it's trash and doesn't work.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks for the heads up. I won't do that.
Yeah, because it'll fall. So, yeah, I think it'll be a fairly good balance. You actually probably need a wizard more than you need a ranger because right
That's
now we're looking down the
I'm
barrel
your
of no
arcane
AoE,
power, yeah.
right?
I do love being a wizard.
It's true.
But we all remember how important AoE is.
And you've played I mean you played everything, but you played a paladin, you've played a fighter, you played a sorcerer, and you played a rogue so far, right?
Yeah, on these shows, yeah. I do a wizard, but I would have to pick not evocation because otherwise I'd just pick evocation.
You need AoE because otherwise how are you supposed to do recon? I promise nothing about this adventure is a recon mission.
Thank God.
Okay, wait. We have
a stealth sequences.
Warlock. Alfred, you gonna take persuasion at all?
My 2 that I've got so far, and that's not including background stuff, is hang on, let me just go to them. So
I'm gonna continue making my fake pretend character.
Intimidation and deception are the 2.
Okay,
that
cool. I could take persuasion, but I'm definitely gonna take religion. I feel like that might come up in hell. Not that I'm gonna be good at it because right now my wisdom's 11, which I've got 9 dex, 9 int, and 11 wisdom, but I could switch any of those 3 around. Does it really matter? I'm never gonna make an int check, but I might.
You say that. I mean, there's what, like 3 spells in the game that cause int saves?
I'm gonna be really wise.
No, these aren't saves.
No, I'm just thinking about what? Yeah, because there's like 3 things. So for religion is
intelligence.
It's an int skill. Yeah, anything that's like recall, right? Spouting lore.
Yeah,
that stuff requires. Yeah.
I've never read a book in my life.
So we got high wisdom, which is going to be Blue Jay. We've got charisma and strength.
Yeah.
Charisma.
Wazoo. A garbage truck outside my window.
The garbage truck has high constitution, but it's not invited to the next session. So
probably int.
When we get some intelligence,
right? Because that's the other thing.
I could just not deal with religion.
Yeah. Like Dave, if you want to play a character that's kind of a scholar and you want to take like religion and arcana, like as your, like you want to be a wizard that's a wizard, right? Like a tiny blue Gandalf. If you want to be Smurf Gandalf,
hell yeah.
Where are these
other things? I could also be, if I wanted to go 18 intelligence, I could be a fire genasi in hell.
That's true too. Yep.
That's some spicy.
That makes a lot of sense too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just looking at what things have in, and there's actually not many. There's snakes as well, but we already have a snake.
We could have 2 snakes. Like having more of like, I don't know. I feel like that gives a little bit of like a tie-in.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about fire genasi is that their parentage is like the elemental plane. So there is fire in hell, but fire genasi don't come from hell. They're from the city of Brass or whatever. They have a 3D.
Is the ice themed tiefling still fire resistant?
Yeah. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's because you're even more badass.
Because you're frosty. Yeah.
But do I like Genasi? I've always said I didn't like Genasi. But
what are your abilities? What do you get for being a Genasi?
They get kind of nothing from being a base class, but if I was going to be a fire one, you get fire resistance, dark vision, and a couple of spells.
I will say fire resistance probably useful
good
later on.
Mm-hmm.
Fire is a pretty common.
Useful.
I mean, just look at the background. Like
maybe it might be useful. Maybe.
Yeah, but
maybe possibly.
I want to be a gnome, but I kind of maybe
play a gnome.
Be a little gnome. I'm always so big characters. I thought being a gnome.
You could be a schmall.
You could be a Smurf Neblin. Let me see. What
about goblins? What's goblins' racials?
They get the fury of the small.
Yep.
Yeah. What's the plus?
You don't have anyone on deck.
I don't want dex. No.
Smurf Neblin are deep gnomes, right? So you get +1 dex, 120-foot dark vision.
What if we all have dark vision? That'd be great.
I think tieflings have dark vision.
Yeah.
You have advantage on dexterity checks to hide in rocky terrain and underground. You can speak, read, and write Undercommon as a bonus language. Mm-hmm. You also have the option to take, as a feat, Svirfneblin Magic, which gives you non-detection at will on yourself, blindness, deafness, blur, and disguise self. All based on int.
So
we got the fire person, or a gnome person?
I feel like you're more excited about a gnome.
It sounds to me like, yeah, you're more interested.
It sounds like you want to do gnome. So
I want to be a Smurf Neblin.
Smurf Neblin, look at him. Look at this surly boy.
I call myself Papa.
Oh my god.
I do kind of like the idea of your character being, yeah. Because I mean, I was saying in chat, like Smurf Neblin and Smurf, that's the same. They come from the same word. Like, yeah, they literally are Smurfs. So.
All right, let's fucking become the
So, okay.
I love it when you call him Big Papa.
Help deciding out of wisdom, int, and dex which one should be 11.
Out of int and dex.
You're wearing heavy armor, right?
Probably, I imagine.
But dex saves are a lot more common than.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
That's true.
The two most common saves are dex and wisdom. I think.
Just play on hands through dex saves. Whatever, it's fine.
Intelligence is going to be my dump stat, but I need one of them to go up by one. Right now, I've got dex at 9.
Paladins don't need intelligence; they need faith. All right.
Yeah.
The smarter you are, the less faithful you're likely to be. So just throw away your intelligence stat and just go straight for whatever God says to do.
Why did I make my charisma so high? I don't remember.
I don't know. Gnomes.
Okay. And you want to be a wizard, Dave?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I hope there are other wizards because I really like learning spells into the spell book. That's my favorite thing. Yeah.
Smurf Neblin wizard. Awesome. And do you choose at level 1 what kind of wizard you are, or do you wait till 3?
I really should know this. I played a wizard like 2 weeks ago. No, not 2 weeks ago. I was in America.
Chad is saying level 2, which is like
Arcane Tradition is at level 2.
Okay, so you don't have to even pick right now. I looked through the adventure.
Abjuration or divination.
I looked through the adventure and I can't figure out. It's not like I looked for experience. I can't figure out what experience model we're supposed to use with this adventure. So I have to go back and dig through it to figure out whether it's chapter-based milestones or if it's just the regular experience. Yeah, I normally in these adventures it's like really clearly called out, but I might have just missed it. I did a Control F on the word experience. I couldn't find anything, so I'll dig through it a little deeper. So, okay, cool. So let's talk about backgrounds because there's actually some like custom stuff. So let me look. If I had one chapter to share with you, I would, but I can't. This is so for folks who are watching, the adventure isn't actually out yet and won't be for another week and a little bit. But we have essentially like a beta version of the Roll20 marketplace version of the adventure. So what you're seeing here is just like a tiny portion of what will eventually, in future episodes be completely full. This chapter, this Aldersgate Gazetteer, that will be shared with the players in between sessions so they can read about Aldersgate. And I'll be referencing it today. But for right now, Aldersgate character backgrounds. So the following backgrounds have a modified version in this adventure. So Acolyte, Charlatan, Criminal, Entertainer, Folk Hero, Guild Artisan, Hermit, Noble, Outlander, Sage, Sailor, Soldier, and Urchin. All of those have like a different special ability you can take instead of your normal one. There's a new background, which I shared with you, called Faceless. Being who you are, you could never be a hero, whether due to your class, your people, your family, or your sins. Something prevents you from effectively pursuing the path you've chosen. Even so, it doesn't stop you. You've left your old face behind, taking on a new persona, becoming something more. Characters with a faceless background don a disguise, literally or otherwise, as the adventurer. This persona,
oh my God.
This persona might be dramatic or subtle. In a way, though, many characters have such larger than life personalities. This background largely focuses on detailing the hero behind the mask. You get deception and intimidation. You get a disguise kit. You get one language of your choice. You start with a disguise kit, a costume, and a pouch with 10 gold. And then you can roll randomly on your persona. So your persona could be a flamboyant spy or brigand, the incarnation of a nation or people. You're essentially like a superhero, a vengeful spirit, a scoundrel with a masked guise, manifestation of your deity, an impersonation of another hero, the embodiment of a school of magic, a warrior with distinctive armor, or a disguise with animalistic or monstrous characteristics meant to inspire fear. So this is like kind of the like Batman version. You don another persona. And then the feature is dual personalities. So most of your fellow adventurers in the world know you as your persona. Those who seek to learn more about you, your weakness, your origin, your purpose, find themselves stymied by the disguise. Upon donning a disguise and behaving as your persona, you are unidentifiable as your true self. It allows you to change appearances between the two. So the idea here is that without other research, no one will ever be able to look at you and be like, wait a second, Clark Kent is Superman. He just took glasses. Come on. No one can do that. It basically puts up that wall, that superhero wall, and says, unless they go out of their way to like research you or follow you, or you do something to like actively get rid of your costume, everyone will just believe that you're this person you pretend to be. So that's the faceless. And then the other ones have modifications. I can talk about them if you're interested.
I'm already playing a superhero in a different game. I can't play one.
Yeah. Dave, you have something to say?
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't want to put any things in anyone's mouth, but like Anathema Paladin would probably, that sounds kind of facelessy to me. I think that'd be quite cool, maybe. But I mean, it's up to you.
Yeah, it's certainly an option.
I thought about it. I think I might go a little more.
It's weird. It's one of those backgrounds that I think just like takes over everything else about your character.
It's like very strong.
It's very strong. Lot. It's a very like thematic background. Like you either take it and that's your concept, or you don't, right? But yeah. So what do anybody have a background that's like kind of jumping out for them?
I was trying to find a background that would give me a proficiency in perception.
I don't think any of them do.
Seer does.
Yeah. There's maybe one, but yeah, it's one of those things that a lot of classes give it too, and it's like such a D&D skill that I think you get it elsewhere. But
yeah, I don't think that I get proficiency in percent. Oh wait, I can.
Sailor does it too. Yeah,
I can get it.
The druid must get it.
Yeah, no, I did. I just didn't see it. I was
okay. I think my proficiencies make the most sense to be athletics, because I feel like there's a lot of athletics checks.
And probably fine then.
Probably persuasion if we have a wizard, then I won't take it.
I would say, yeah, Dave's gonna grab all the int ones.
I was gonna ask, was Scholar on the list of ones that had a swiggly?
No, Scholar does not have an alternate version.
I need one that gives me history. No, I've got one.
Acolyte? Does Acolyte give history or just religion?
What about let's find out.
What about spy, Adam?
Insight and religion.
No alternate spy.
Okay.
Insight and religion. Okay, yeah. Right. It's the like you're a cleric, you want to be more of a cleric.
Oh man, I get it.
Yeah, and so Elf, if your character, if you wanted to be a spy, there's that alt version of the criminal that's a spy.
Spy. I meant Sage. I said Scholar.
Oh yes, sorry. Yeah, Sage does. Yeah, Sage has an alternate one. So Sage, the Sage's alternate version. I'll read it for you. Via your personal rumor mill and articles published in Baldur's Mouth. A terrible name for a newspaper. You can surmise a great deal about Baldurian secrets. Who's practicing necromancy? Who's involved in spying or smuggling? Who would purchase or craft dangerous magical wares without batting an eyelash? Whenever a noteworthy crime or mysterious happening occurs in the city, you immediately have a list of 1d4 suspects who, if they aren't involved, have a strong chance of knowing who is.
I love that. I want to be him.
Yeah, you're gonna take Sage and go with the. All right, I'll share this background
I like that.
with you.
Soldier. What's their?
The soldier.
I like the idea of being just a failed soldier.
So, soldier, mercenaries, private guards, watch soldiers, and members of the Flaming Fist, numbered among just a few of the soldiers in the streets of Aldersgate. So you get to choose. The Aldersgate alt version is City Guard. You either serve in the Watch or the Flaming Fist. If you serve in the Flaming Fist, once every 10 days, you have to report to the Sea Tower of Balduran for training, and you take regular shift patrols in either the lower or outer city. In return, you have access to the Flaming Fist fortresses and a direct line of communication with Flaming Fist officers and other soldiers.
That's pretty good.
You can also pass through the city gates without any question. That you can't bring guests into the upper city as a member of the Watch might. Additionally, you're always welcome at the 3 Old Kegs, where the 3 Old Toads are glad to greet you with a smile and a mug of ale. So that's the Flaming Fist. And then if you serve in the Watch, which is different, right? The Flaming Fist is the mercenary army of Baldur's Gate. The Watch is the guards. And if you serve in the Watch, same thing, you got to patrol and report for training. In return, you have access to the Citadel and Watch officers. Your word carries considerable weight in the High Hall, and most establishments in the Citadel Streets neighborhood will give you and your friends free meals. Additionally, you can escort people into the upper city without question, regardless of whether they are patriarchs or have Watch tokens. Outside the upper city, however, most people regard you with suspicion because all cops are bastards. You get as a feature, alternate feature is the loyalty test. You've had enough dealings with crooked soldiers, you can spot the behavior common to corrupt guards and military officers a mile away. While awareness of corruption doesn't equate to evidence and your sense isn't foolproof, your instinct is a starting point when determining who might take a bribe, who might turn a blind eye to a crime, or who might have criminal connections. You use this sense to get a feeling of who might fulfill their duties strictly by the book.
If someone was this, I feel like we're starting a detective agency if we had that, which would be kind of amazing.
Blue Jay, what background did you pick?
I think I'm just gonna go with Outlander, because I'm from Scotland now.
Scotlander.
Scotlander. They have a origin that's bounty hunter, which I think would be like make sense why I'm with a group of.
So yeah, Outlander. Do you want me to tell you about
the
options for that Aldersgate? So coming to Aldersgate might seem like a good idea for a spectrum of reasons. Profit, excitement, and cosmopolitan opportunities all present tempting prospects, but rarely does one start on the path to Aldersgate fully understanding the complex social morass that awaits. So you come to the city as an outsider, and it's likely that no matter how long you're there, you'll leave as one too, if you leave at all. The feature is called Immigrant Experience. Even after your short time in Aldersgate, you've learned the city holds more walls and gates than those of the Watch and Flaming Fist Patrol. You are known within the city's immigrant community. Should you ever need to learn about a foreign land, people, tradition, or history, you know where to find someone with first-hand experience, likely in the outer city. And then you'd roll or pick like where you're from and how you got here.
Oh yeah, that's just like it seems to go well with like Druid, and also I get athletics and survival. I don't know.
What about alternate criminal or alternate charlatan? Are there either of those?
Yes. Yeah, both. So criminal they're very common in Aldersgate because as I've learned, Aldersgate is
no one crosses the Shadow Thieves
stinking shithole. Yeah.
Although I guess that's as well.
So no career criminal in Aldersgate operates without being aware of the guild. Some studiously keep a low profile. Others join up with crews for protection or with the guild itself. So it's like a thieves guild. The feature is criminal connections. In Aldersgate, crime is just another business. As a result, you can arrange a meeting with a low-ranking operative of nearly any business, patriarch family, crew, government institution, or certainly the guild. The operative will hear you out and at their discretion take your information request up the chain of command. These meetings almost always occur in shady venues, and then you roll for your criminal origin, or you pick one. And then charlatan, this is fucking awesome. Aldersgate feature, long lost heir. You're well versed in the mannerisms and idiosyncrasies of Baldurian patriarchs, imitating them smoothly enough to convince even the snootiest family heads of your authenticity. You're skilled at posing as the long lost heir to some imaginary or extinguished patriarch lineage. You have a watch token, and you can use it to bluff your way through into the upper city. Any true test of your authenticity reveals your deception. It's like, a noble poser, basically.
I don't think I want to do that. I like the alternate thing for criminal, and spy is just the same as criminal, but like it doesn't have any differences.
Okay. Well, I'll put it in your list, and you can take a look at it.
Yeah, let me just see.
And you can look at the origins, right? Because there's that you can roll or pick.
The criminal one has stuff on it, but the sage one is blank, I'm afraid.
Oh, I might not have shared it with you correctly.
Okay.
Yeah, it's because they're in the GM notes. Yeah. Let me copy that over. Same with the one I just sent you, El.
Yeah.
And then the faceless. Same deal. Okay, that one's in there already. And then criminal. That one's good too. Okay.
Yeah, I think Outlander's fine for me. It gives me the stats I want, and it's also got a link to the thing. So
okay, I'll add that to everybody's journal so you can read it.
Oh,
there you go. Yeah. Okay, so for right now, this will all for people who are starting their adventure, next week. All of this stuff will be automated into the Character Mancer when you make a new copy of your adventure. Like when you're going through this process, the altered versions of these will be choosable. But again, we're playing on a beta version of the adventure, so you guys will y'all have to just copy and paste from the thing I shared with you.
I shall do criminal.
So you want to be a criminal, Lauren? What do you think?
I'm trying to get a feel of everybody else's, because like I can go goody two shoes, or I can go like.
So I think the adventure works. I think the adventure works best if you are like a fallen goody two shoes trying to get back to that's
kind of what I'm leaning towards.
But like, city is full of evil, and go that route.
I was good. Like I had a noble post, and then I fucked up real bad, and now I'm trying to unfuck up.
Yeah. Right.
as much, but I needed to make sense with like, why am I hanging around with a bunch of criminals?
Yeah, well, we'll figure that out. We'll figure that out in the next step, right?
Just more like,
well, no, but remember, you are all connected to a dark secret, so that's why you're together, right?
Cool. Is there like a mercenary one rather than I thought there was a
Flaming Fist.
I don't know that there's. Yeah, I mean, the Flaming Fist is like the local mercenary. Yeah.
Then I think I might go for that rather than like,
so
cop.
Good. Yeah, right. I think if you want to go,
because I feel like that's a little too like, yes, I am noble and good. It's like
the watch tend to vary between like lawful neutral and lawful good, whereas the Flaming Fist tend to on the other end where they're mostly lawful neutral or lawful evil because they use their mercenary power to get what they want.
They're like strong armors.
Yeah. They colonized Chult and things. They're mean people with military power.
I was just looking at the timeline. If we're saying we're in the 1400s, I don't think I could have been a Hell Rider.
Yeah, it was a while ago. Hey,
because those were like 100 years ago.
Yeah, I don't know how.
I lived for a while.
Yeah, I was to say, like you could theoretically, and that wouldn't. You could have, yeah, because the Hell Riders, they yeah, like the ones that came back, the ones that survived, I guess, went into hiding or like whatever, hid their shame, became monks or whatever. But yeah, you could have joined the Flaming Fist. Yeah, mercenary veteran, I think, is another background. Let me look it up.
Oh, yeah, that was the one that I was thinking of. I thought there was more of a.
I'm not sure what book it's in, so we'll see if it's in the compendium.
Because I don't see it on the
list. It doesn't look like it. I'm not sure what supplement that one's from, but let me see. Mercenary veteran 5e. Comes from Sword Coast Guide. That's right.
Oh.
So I think I have.
Like it could also be a descendant of one of them. I'm just seeing.
That's true. Yeah, the child of. So like this is a whole sins of the father kind of thing. Let me see. I think I have Sword Coast here. Because that one. Let's see. Right, the ones from Sword Coast, which wouldn't show up, are City Watch, Clan Crafter, Cloistered Scholar, Courtier, Faction Agent, Far Traveler, let's see, Inheritor, Knight of the Order, and Mercenary Veteran. Also Urban Bounty Hunter. Waterdavian Noble and Uthgardt Barbarian don't really fit, but Mercenary Veteran gives you Athletics and Persuasion.
Okay, cool.
And then one type of gaming set and Vehicles Land, which in this adventure actually is going to be a useful. If you've seen any of the promo art, there are like hell motorcycles and shit later on.
That's right.
It's got rules for like tanks and like hell cars and shit.
That's very sick.
That'll be a thing later. So you would get Vehicles Land, one type of gaming set. You get a uniform of your company, an insignia of your rank, a gaming set of your choice, and a pouch containing the remainder of your last wages. And then you'd have to pick a Forgotten Realms mercenary company to belong to.
Mm-hmm.
So like you could be a former Zentarum. It depends on if you wanted to have been a good guy and then you failed or.
Yeah. So it's funny part. You could just be a Flaming Fist and take this background.
Yes. Yeah. And that's right. Because I think this was the generic one. And then the Flaming Fist is the more specific version of Mercenary Veteran. But yeah, you could just be a Flaming Fist anyway. And then the feature is you can identify mercenary companies by their emblems. You know a little about any such company, including their name and rep. You can find taverns and fest halls where other mercenaries hang out. It'd be weird because you'd be a foreign mercenary in a town controlled by a local mercenary company. And they would probably treat you as like, you're like fucking John McClane.
Yeah.
You're from New York, but you're in LA visiting your ex-wife. That's wow. Okay, cool.
Wow.
So Ace might live for 160 years.
Okay.
So some quick math.
Hold on. John McClane.
I'm done.
Hell Riders. So in 1372 DR, and we're in what, 1460 something?
1492.
Oh, 1492. I think we're a little too far.
So it might be child of a Hell Rider. Son of Hell Rider.
So it occurs to me, I'm looking at equipment, Adam.
Yeah.
And as a Hexblade, I can't get a martial weapon off the hop unless I use gold, like the starting gold instead of the starting class equipment. Yep. So is that fine?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
You should pick a really weird hexblade weapon.
I mean, it has to be one-handed at this point. Once I get to Pact of the Blade, I can start doing cool stuff.
Pick a like a war pick. No.
War pick.
War picks are a Svirfneblin weapon.
Yeah, probably. All right. It's asking me all about the personality traits, but I think I'm gonna wait for this stuff until we like find out our evil secret, and then I'm gonna see how.
Yeah, should we talk about that now?
Yeah.
Because we all kind of have a general idea of what you want. Okay, so this isn't. I gotta look at my like pre-release version because this isn't in the version of that we have in Roll20 yet. Let's talk about dark secrets. I would love it if we rolled on the dark secrets and then talked about what they could be, but I'll tell you the general idea. So. Once you've developed your own characters, you should collectively choose a dark secret shared by the entire party. Every member of the party is entangled in this dark secret, regardless of how new they are to the city or how incorruptible their morals. Maybe they were merely witnesses, maybe covering for a friend's crime, maybe they're deep in denial. Regardless, in the eyes of the law, they're guilty. Each dark secret shares a number of elements. Players should work together to customize these for the group. At least one NPC in Baldersgate knows your dark secret. We roll on the who knows table to figure that out. So what's funny is we roll on that table first, and you know that they know, and they know that you know that they know. So I'm gonna roll, and I'll tell you who it is. So we're gonna roll a d8. Okay, so 8. Ultis knows yours. Floon Blagmar. Sadly, I feel deeply upset that there is no canon Floon Blagmar in this.
What?
But I will say this. I refuse to let canon get in my way. There will be a Floon Blagmar.
There will be Floons.
There will be Floon. So let me see. Ultis was the name of the character. Is that what I said? Some Forgotten Realms ass name.
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
Let's see here. Who's Ultis?
I was just thinking that I'm a discredited academician from Bergenworth College.
Perfect. You get kicked out of school for carrying around a bunch of
eyes in a jar.
Exactly. Can you get that cage off your head, please? It's very distracting to the students. Okay, where are you, Ultis? This is why I need like a search feature on the entire adventure. Ultis. And then we'll figure out what your crime is. Ooh, Ultis is a cultist. Ultis the cultist.
Cultist the cultist.
Ooh.
Perfect. Great. So Ultis is a cultist of Tiamat. This is like
I'll
a bad
take
guy.
Converse with Dragon then.
A dragon worshiper named Ultis. And and he's just like doing some bad shit in Baldur's Gate, and he knows about your crime. Ultis the cultist.
Cultist the cultist.
Thanks, Chris Perkins. So, okay, so let's talk about your crimes. Let's do that.
Let's talk about your... Well, Adam.
Well, all right, so...
I'm up for any crime.
Let's see. The suggestion here is that we pick by choice what kind of crime, then we roll to see what the crime was. So, the options are conspiracy in Baldur's Gate. The characters are all that's left of a group that strove to change Baldur's Gate and failed. Now the city's leaders or other powerful figures seek to stamp out the last motes of their movement. Perhaps they were rebels or members of a union or some clandestine organization. Regardless, their rivals didn't get what they are by being oblivious or merciful. So you're part of a conspiracy. Or murder. There's blood on your hands. They all had a part to play in a murder, justified or not. Shared guilt, coercion, and fear keep the secret between them. Murder. Theft. You broke the law by stealing something valuable. Did you perpetrate the theft because you needed or wanted something, or because they didn't want someone else to have it? A failed coup. The character schemed with others to seize power and failed, revealing their ambition and treachery. The dark deed can be something as small as attempting to gain control of Patriarch House, or on a much larger scale, such as trying to unseat a duke, seize control of the guild, or topple the Flaming Fist. So those are your options: theft, coup, conspiracy, or murder.
Kind of like coup.
So I'll talk about think on a little bit. I'll tell you what the other things are. So we roll on a table to figure out the details. Then everybody rolls to find out what their role in the job was, and then the consequences of the conspiracy.
Coup sounds cool.
So what was the coup again? Can you read that again?
Yeah. You schemed with others to seize power and failed, revealing your ambition and treachery. The dark deed could be something as small as control of a patriarch house. The patriarch are the upper, you could tell because of the
Upper
word.
class,
They're the upper classes of Baldur's Gate. They're the ones that rule the city from the upper city. The dark deed, something on a much grander scale, such as trying to unseat a duke, seize control of the guild, or topple the flaming fist.
The guild being the criminal organization, so forth. Like, it could have been anything.
Right.
Yeah, so you can.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so we can roll on.
Do we have any sweet integrated tables?
No, I do not have any in this version of the adventure. I have no integrated biz for that.
Probably be in there for the like.
Oh, it totally will. Yeah, absolutely. All this stuff will be in there.
I'm fine with whatever. I don't really see right now an in, but I've got one of the druid personality traits was I watch over my friends as if they were a litter of newborn pups. So like,
yeah, one of the roles.
Y'all were getting into shit, and I'm just like,
yeah. Let me see. One of the roles. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's figure it out. Let's roll a d4.
Everybody.
And we'll talk about. Yeah. We'll either craft our own, but let's roll to see what the option is, and then we can talk about it.
I've rolled like 3 ones in a row. Can I just say?
Good. Okay. So the failed coup detail for a 1 is your the patriarchs seem like relics. Their days of leading the family and its business holdings were long past. With the help of their partners, you sought to seize your family's holdings, but you underestimated the cunning that comes with age. So like either one of you is a patriarch, or you all worked with like an upstart, like 4th sibling, like down the line to try to like seize control of their house, and then you failed.
I can see reasons that I would do that.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
So somebody came to you, some failing noble came to you and was like, I need to seize control of my family. I need you to help me in this coup. And then it didn't go well. So everybody roll a d6. And if anybody matches up, like if you get the same, roll again. Pick somebody.
5.
Roll again.
4.
Okay, 5, 4.
2.
Okay. And then Dave.
Whee!
3. Okay. All right. So 5. So the 5, you might have been tricked into helping, but you helped all the same. Your role in the coup is Patsy.
Aww.
Oh man. So you got suckered into the coup by this noble. I like that. Okay. So yeah, you might have been tricked into helping, but you helped all the same.
Go with being a mercenary of some kind, and I'll either take the mercenary veteran one or the flaming fist soldier one.
So probably Ultis the cultist was like with you, like joined in the conspiracy, like, yeah, this will help, and then I can use this to like, I don't know, Tiamat or whatever.
I don't know, Tiamat.
I love Tiamat. I don't know, so many heads.
I mean, okay. I'm just here going, I don't know, Dendar.
Yeah, Dendar. Dendar sucks. Tiamat's like 5 Dendars.
And I'm just like, look at this really cute flaming deer over here.
Okay. All right, it'd be like
I think I'm going with, I was child of a Hellrider, like heard stories about it, didn't really know what to do with my life, fell into mercenary work, and then now I probably like hear weird celestial whispers in my sleep, and I'm like, I need this to stop. Like, you're a bad person, just like whispers constantly.
I hear those too in real life. It's fine.
Okay, so your character, the paladin Patsy, and then Elf, you got a 4. This is perfect for you.
I did, yes.
Opportunist. You saw an opening and shared with those who'd help you take advantage of the situation. Like it wasn't even about the coup. It just helped you achieve. It was going to help you achieve something else. It's perfect for your character, right?
Yep,
like,
sounds good.
You weren't in it because you bought in. You were like, yeah, okay, I'll help, but not for your reasons. Okay, cool. And then Blue Jay got a 2.
Yeah.
Beneficiary. This was your chance for glory, a chance to rise above them all. So there was some like clear benefit to you for helping. Maybe like the matriarch of the house was an enemy of yours, or you were going to get something out of this that was going to finally like escalate you to.
They have a zoo.
Okay.
A menagerie.
And I want to.
Oh, so you're like an Earth First type of druid. You're an Animal Liberation Front druid.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Cool. So you can think about that for your character background, is that you were going to benefit directly from this. And then Dave,
3.
Your 3 is voyeur. You should have prevented the power grab from happening, but your inaction makes you culpable.
That's perfect because my background thing is being like a rumor monger. So I like
you're just like there to fucking stir
You like
drama.
knew it was gonna happen, but you didn't do anything.
You're there to spill the tea.
My bad.
Yeah. Oh, did you get overthrown? Shit.
Well,
That's
sucks
good.
for you, I guess.
Little schemer. I like it. All right, and then lastly, those opposed to the coup didn't take your treachery lightly. Determine how the coup's intended target turned the table on the characters by rolling on the failed coup consequences table.
We've already failed and we haven't even
somebody roll a d6.
All right.
Something bad, something really bad. Like
5.
everyone's arms got cut off.
Okay. Your efforts were rebuked handily. You didn't realize your target had such a weapon at their disposal, but now they're using it to hunt you down.
Oh shit!
So there's
Go to hell!
There's a list of names. There's a list of like families. So we can pick one. We'll pick one. Let me look up the patriarchs, and they're your enemies. And it's like mommy and daddy, and then one of their like shitty kids down the line tried to overthrow them and their siblings. Maybe that person's alive, maybe they're not. And they are now systematically trying to get rid of you for participating in this.
Maybe that person is Floon Blackmar.
Of the Baldur's Gate Blackmars.
The next time I have to make Floon, he's definitely going to be a charlatan with that alternate background, because pretending you're a noble is Floon's jam. Okay, let me see. There's a list of them in. Oh, actually, I have this in Roll20, I think. Baldur's Gate citizenry. Commoners, patriarchs. Okay, here we go. I'm going to show this to everybody. Let me know if you can see the text.
Indeed.
Okay, there's a lot of them. Scroll down to prominent patriarch families, and we'll pick one to hate you. Basically, it shows the name of the family.
Owns horses.
Yeah, it shows the name of the family and then what they do. So if it was House Elton, then they had a ancestral link to the Flaming Fist. If it was like House Hune,
we should do Durin Bolt because they're related to Waterdeep nobility and they own sheep.
Oh, yeah. You wanted their sheep farm.
Obviously.
Pick the one with the stupidest name. I mean,
Holland.
Oh wait,
what about Beltone
Gusmere owns butchery and tannery facilities. That's not good. That's bad.
Caldwell is just a reference to Dishonored, so I'm not sure about that.
Caldwell owns most of the city's art museums. Yeah, I mean, I think Baldur's Gate, if like Waterdeep is this kind of shiny, exciting, magical metropolis.
Baldur's Gate is a scummy, dirty Gotham city of Forgotten Realms.
Baldur's Gate is Duskwall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Vamus who have that connection back to Chult if Elf wants to do that.
Vamus controls the majority of trade from Chult.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Was like, it kind of doesn't matter to me because I just thought it was great. I just like, this is.
I mean, I was an opportunist in it, so it's like if it worked out for me.
I mean, so my character is the one directly benefiting.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you would gain something from this, but it doesn't have to be like the house necessarily. Remember, so like you have a lower level member of the house who came to you and was like, I will give you this thing that you want if you help me get rid of my dad and bypass my, like there was probably some conspiracy to like prove that this guy's like older siblings were illegitimate and like then probably kill off his parents, and you would have benefited directly in some way. I do like chat's idea, and Fora said they were smuggling dinosaurs.
Right.
Like this way we get the Chult connection. Like if you go through, what house was it that controls Vamus? Yeah, if you go through if it's House Vamus, then there is the Chultan connection for Elf, and there's the like freeing the dinosaurs from they're dinosaur smugglers.
Yeah, fuck dinosaur smugglers.
So that could be a thing. That works in the like
they promised to cut off their trade of dinosaur smuggling.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm imagining now.
You're 100% totally lying to you too.
So I don't know if you know this, but I'm really excited because my favorite Nintendo 64 game is Turok, Dinosaur Smuggler. So
I'm just thinking of like Dungeons and Dragons, but the first scene from Jurassic Park where there's like a velociraptor in a cave.
I love the idea that House Vamus is like bringing dinosaurs to the mainland from Chult. That's pretty good.
For like shows and stuff, you know?
Oh yeah, it'd be huge. It's like
the
plot of
Dino Rider.
Yeah. All you need now is some Cadillacs. It's the plot of King Kong, right? Like go to Skull Island,
circus dinosaurs,
find a dinos, bring them back, and then okay. All right. So let's go over the details of the thing again. So it was a failed coup against House Vamus. I'll come up with a cool first name for the scion of Vamus that was going to help you. Do you think
Steve
would Steve of House Vamus? Do you think that that this person, are they alive? Are they dead? Are they in jail? Is the family I think the family is probably getting their own justice.
I reckon they got eaten by a dinosaur in the middle of it.
Okay,
that'd be really good.
Okay.
I saw that it was going bad, and I shut them in the cage with the dinos.
I love that we're basically building a prequel adventure. Like, there's this whole thing. Okay, so a young member of the family hired you and your good friend Ultis the Cultist to help.
Wait, what was Ultis's role? Do we get to know?
You know what? We should roll. We should roll to see what Ultis was doing
Here,
in the conspiracy.
I'll roll a D6.
So what haven't we done yet? For
we haven't done one or six.
One or six. Yeah. Okay. So Ultis is either, I'll let you pick because I don't really care. Ultis is either, oh no, I think I know what you'll pick. Ultis is either the facilitator who wouldn't benefit directly, but would benefit enough, or the traitor. You'd been looking for a chance to lay your ally low. You thought this was it.
Guy.
Come on.
So
now.
Ultis fucked you over.
Traitor.
Yeah, Ultis betrayed. Oh, so Ultis was secretly working for mom and dad.
Yeah.
And then was like, haha, at the last minute, check it out. Some nerds. Okay, perfect.
I mean, dinosaurs are almost like dragons.
Young member of the house. Oh, I think Ultis probably was making some money off of this dinosaur smuggling ring. Yeah, and using it to funnel into the cult. I don't think that your employer or the family, I don't think House Vamus knows Ultis is a Tiamat cultist. But yeah,
You mean all cultists don't walk around proclaiming their affiliation to cults?
No, he's pretending to be a Kelemvirate. So and no one can tell. He does such a good job of it. Okay, so a young member of the house tricked, coerced, whatever. The PCs, and then Ultis betrayed them. Ultis betrayed. And then
it's not a Harper. And
now, oh my god! And so the consequence was they have a special weapon, and they're using dinosaurs to hunt down and kill you. They have hunting dinos, and they're
roving bands of raptors running down the street.
Oh my god! You've made an enemy of Chris. Okay, get them, boys. Okay, now they seek
it's fine.
revenge.
I can talk to the dinosaurs.
But these are edgelord angry dinosaurs. Now they seek revenge using dinos.
This is the best.
This is really fun. Yeah. Okay. Dinosaurs. And the dino shows continue. They just go on. Yeah. Chris Pratt and his dinosaur friends are hunting you down. Sorry, Chris Vamus. Okay. All right. Good. So there's our shared secret. I think that's all we need for that. And yeah, that ties you to the city. It ties you to each other, and it ties you to an enemy. And
I am really glad we didn't pick House Elton or whatever.
Yeah, the Flaming Fist itself. Well, some of the other NPC options. One of them is a captain of the Flaming Fist, but my general assumption is that person you're just bribing them not to kill you.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have this enmity of House Vamus. And they are actively seeking out the people that helped their betrayer son try to overthrow them. And maybe you were partly successful. Maybe Ultis managed to knock off one of the Vamus siblings that he didn't want he didn't want in the way, and then betrayed you. So the family blames you for that. Yeah, I think that makes it nice and toothy.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's the Darwin Awards or whatever. If you're stupid enough to get yourself killed, then
So Lauren, what type of Asmar did you end up landing on?
I think it makes the most sense. Probably not Fallen, because they're I don't think I'm actually bad. I just think I never had a chance to be anything other than
I really want your character to have a leather jacket that says on the back, "I'm not bad. I just haven't had a chance to be good."
Just kind of like edgy, disaffected youth Aasimar. Like that's why I'm just.
I know.
Like,
I'm imagining all these characters as like characters from Monster
Prom. Trying to be
Prom.
good, okay, but it's hard.
I wonder. I'm gonna make a note. I wonder if the artist that does the Monster Prom characters is available for commissions.
Yes.
I'm gonna ask. Let's
I know of a couple artists having just put out a tweet who are available currently.
We're gonna commission some.
I think Aasimar is trying really hard to be good.
Yeah.
But I'm not.
She's not bad. She's just.
I'm not bad. I've just never had a chance to be good.
I'm not bad. I was just bored.
I'm just neutral. I'm gonna go. Well, let's hit that line. Maybe I'll become good. Maybe I'll become evil.
So you're. Do you want to go with Protector or Scourge?
I'm just looking at the abilities. I feel like Protector because I feel like I should also lean a little bit into the whole.
Okay.
Don't worry too much about it. I might be Abjuration, so I'll be able to shield people as well. So you can go as big swords.
I mean, getting a bonus to Constitution is nice. That's what I get from being Scourge.
Yeah.
But my ability, me and each creature within 10 feet take radiant damage. Can't pick and choose.
That's all right. Just stay away from the Paladin.
And we already have a Druid. So, but the Protector one, I get to fly, BT dubs. For 1 minute.
Sick.
Can I ride on your shoulders?
Probably
you're
not.
Svirfneblin, so.
Oh, maybe. I want to use from return. I can deal extra radiant damage to one target when I deal damage.
Radiant damage is useful in hell.
I think I'm going to go. They're both radiant. I'm very radiant-y. I think I might go Protector.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so 1T Hexblade, Criminal, Aasimar, Protection, Paladin, and then your background is Merc Vet, right? Mercenary Veteran, not Veterinarian, which is Blue Jay's character.
No, I'm gonna go for Soldier.
You're gonna go Soldier
with the flaming.
Oh yeah, that's even better.
If you can share that one.
Yeah, of course.
I am.
So
I am
you
also
do indeed
definitely
serve
the variant
flaming
Baldur's,
fist.
Definitely the variant Baldur's Gate criminal for me as well. But like,
it also gives me average wisdom because I get a +1 to wisdom being a protector.
Cool. Okay, so let me share that.
I forgot the different origins that you get for Outlander in.
Yes, in Baldur's Gate. Yeah, and you can roll if you want to see.
I did. I got someone stole something precious from my people, but I don't really identify with having like a tribe.
Well, it just means your people, so it could be like, I mean, what does that mean, right? Part of the thing is figuring that out. You also don't have to go with the thing that you. Yeah.
You guys are my little like tiny puppies that I take care of.
Let me add this.
God.
I'm a tiefling druid mom. These are my children.
Okay, so you're going Soldier, Flaming Fist variant. Okay, and then Tiefling of Levistus, Circle of the Shepherd, and then what background? Outlander?
I took Outlander, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and I mean the details of this stuff you can work out kind of between sessions. We don't have to have every tiny detail now. The idea here is that we create just enough hooks to kind of get us started. Okay, and then Gnome, Svirfneblin, Wizard, and then the background you took
was Sage.
Sage, that's right.
The rumor monger. I'm not sure if this one's supposed to have the origins table as well.
I don't think so. Let me look.
Because everyone else is like
not all of them do. No, just some. Let me take a look here. So Sage, Folk Hero, Noble. Yeah, not all of them do. Sage does not. Just has the alt rumor monger thing.
Okay. Also, I had the question because every time you had the conversation about it, I wasn't listening. Is Abyssal or Infernal for?
Oh, Jesus Christ! I can never remember. And
Infernal is hell. Abyssal is the abyss.
And the abyss, yes, but the abyss is
demons. Hell
demons.
Is devils.
Hell is devils. Okay,
I have both, but I'm gonna get Sylvan as well when I hit level 2. So
Infernal has an E in it, and so does damn demons has an E in it. Fuck. I don't know how I'm ever gonna remember that.
Wait, machines a language?
I want that.
Why?
Just want it.
I just get straight up draconic, abyssal, and common.
Yep.
I get common and celestial.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, celestial and infernal and abyssal will all be potentially useful, depending on whether you want to talk to your friends, your enemies, or whatever. But those people will be.
Your friends, your enemies, or more of your enemies.
Yeah, your other enemies. Yeah.
Your other less chaotic enemies.
Oh, and I have healing hands. Oh, okay.
I love healing hands.
I have healing lay on hands. Just double up.
Healing hands. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Really healing hands.
Although I'd like to point out at first level it is 1 hit point.
Yes. Yeah.
Yay!
That's enough to put someone from dead
That's
to
true.
not.
That's true.
Oh, I'm gonna have a hard time when I get my like. You know what? My first ability score will probably be boosting my strength, and then the second one I can boost my constitution and charisma.
I'm probably gonna get one of the feats that will take me from 19 to 20 in.
Very big brain in chat. They're not magic hands. They were magic fists. If you remember, the fists were magical.
Really?
I remember that. Yep.
Going back to that.
Really yep. Hey, I mean, you're going to hell. You might find like a inverse ziggurat down there.
Aww.
Okay. Cool. So I think the only other stuff you need to do is, are you, Lorna, are you going to worship a god? Do you want to talk about religion in Baldur's Gate?
Yeah, it'd be kind of good to know what the options are.
I think
because I feel like I probably do, but I don't talk about it.
I think the clear one is Torm, but let me double check.
Isn't it Helm for?
Yeah, I don't know. Let me look. There's a whole thing in the Gazetteer about religion. So you're allowed to worship.
Bane.
You're allowed to worship whoever you want. Bane, Baal, and Merkel make up the Dead Three. They're demigods that people in Baldur's Gate think are cool. Because of the predominantly because of the Bale spawn or whatever, right? Like every once in a while, someone is like, it's like a witch hunt, right? You're like,
well, it's the plot of the Baldur's Gate series, right?
Is,
the Baal spawn.
Yeah.
And they're
Gond has a huge temple here called the High House of Wonders. So Gond is an option.
What were the first ones?
So I mean, it's Bane, Baal, and Merkel. So they're bad choices for you.
Tyranny, murder, or bones.
Yeah.
Worship bones.
Yeah. I mean, if you decide to, like, the thing is, if you're playing your character as like paladin on the edge of a knife, one way could become like a paladin of Bane, Lord of Tyranny, and like, you know, boot stamping on a human face forever. But for now, Gond is the other one. That's the machine god. The one we saw it in Dragon Heist. Yep. Helm is the vigilant one, god of prayed to by the Flaming Fist, members of the Watch, mercenaries, bodyguards, and the Fearful, of which there are many. There are also,
I mean, that one makes sense.
There's also this thing called the Order of the Gauntlet, who sponsors vigilantes in Baldur's Gate, and I love this. These self-styled protectors of the innocent leave Helm's holy symbol on the bodies of dead criminals or carved into the flesh of live ones left at the Flaming Fist doorstep.
Okay.
Is Helm
supposed to be a good guy?
Is Helm the snitch that blocked the stairs for Ao, or was that one of the other nerds? It's either
God, I was
it's
just
not
reading
Tyr,
that
it's either
book.
Helm. I think it's Helm. Fucking Helm. So he's an option. If you want to be like a mopey, self-loathing, suffering friend,
person.
Ilmater. Ilmater is the god of destitution and suffering. Yeah.
Basically, if you want to whip yourself,
he's
for
the
fun,
crying god.
Ilmater's your boy.
Yeah, if you really like The Cure, Ilmater's a good choice.
God of endurance.
Yeah, Ogma is the god of knowledge.
That's me.
Yeah, so
I'm going to worship Ogma.
Ogma has a temple, a marble pavilion in the upper city, which technically, Dave, your character will not be allowed to enter, but you can look at it through the gates. The unrolling scroll.
I can go in there, though.
Yeah, the unrolling scroll. Actually, you can't. I think
I can't bring guests.
You can't bring guests. Yeah, you can go in, but you can't bring guests. Yep. And then Seamorph, who we all know because of her mighty mace of disruption. So Seamorph is the goddess of nobility, not widely worshipped, but Baldur's Gate has got an equality problem, so Seamorph is popular here. Tymora, because Tymora is everywhere, and then Umberly, because Baldur's Gate is very closely tied to the sea and smugglers.
The sea, bitch.
That's right. So good. That's my favorite, like, name for any of these gods. It's even better than the Cat Lord. It's the Sea Bitch. It's
real good.
I love it. And you know that's a name she came up with for herself.
Yeah, she was like, call me the Sea Bitch.
Yeah, she's 100% Sea Bitch. So that's her. That's an option too. It sounds to me like if you want to go Paladin, the core ones would be Ilmater or Helm, but then obviously there are other options in the Forgotten Realms in general, like Tyr, who's like god of justice. I can never remember the difference between Helm and Torm. I keep thinking they're the same.
They're the fucking like.
Yeah. According to this, is courage and self-sacrifice. So Torm's domains would be war, whereas Helm's would be life.
Right.
And Torm is lawful good.
That's right. Torm is like the wide-eyed younger brother version. Helm is like, I've given up on good and I'm going to just try for the law. Yeah.
It's also Saint Cuthbert.
Saint Cuthbert is a Greyhawk god. Saint Cuthbert is not a Forgotten Realms god.
Yeah, it's just a funny name.
It is a funny name though. Yeah.
So this is something where I don't know a lot of the like interconnectedness. Right, because obviously a cleric, I think of that as like a priest, right? You worship the one god, but I feel like in a pantheon, right? If you think of like Greece or Egypt, like here's the really important one that everyone kind of worships a little bit, and then here's like my personal one that's more important.
That's like everybody kind of worships Tymora in the sense that every time you walk by a fountain and flip a coin into it, that's worshiping Tymora, right? It's these little superstitions. Right. Whereas a paladin, you enact justice and whatever in the name of this.
Right. Well, and you don't necessarily have to, depending on what thing that you do. I kind of like the idea of maybe going Helm, and then if I'm on this edge and I'm like, no, I am truly good, and then going for something good, or
Helm could be a nice neutral place to start because Helm only cares
Helm
about
is like who I'm supposed to worship.
Well, Helm only cares about the law, right?
To my heart.
Yeah, and that's true. That's a good point. And Fora points out, Hellrider patrols always included a cleric of Helm. So it maybe your mother or father
I was raised religious, but I don't really practice anymore.
Yeah, like everybody in the Forgotten Realms knows that if you don't worship a god, then you go to the boring, terrible place. So everybody worships one or more gods, but yeah.
So I think it's Helm, and then it may become someone else.
You're right. You're
by the time I'm level 3, I'll have a better idea if I'm going conquest.
Yeah. Exactly.
Vengeance.
And your helm in the middle now, and you could go Tyr or Torm if you decide to be more goodly, or you could find another god like
Bane.
Yeah, go Bane, or there's like that other revenge god too. I think we talked about before. Right, that's right, Whore, god of revenge. God, it's just like every time I say it, I'm like, oh, why did you name him this? Yeah.
Or you could just just chill out and, be glad you're still alive until you die.
Except that that's like being an atheist in the Forgotten Realms, even being agnostic in the Forgotten Realms is like self-harm. Like it's just never a smart idea, because if you're not like, and it's this very weird Catholic thing where it's like, if you're not actively devoted to a god and you walk out into the street and get run over by a carriage, sorry, like nobody's going to come claim you.
But here, are you going to go to hell?
No. So this is how the thing is, if you don't worship a god, you end up in limbo basically. And they're like, well, like, sorry, you're an orphan. If you worship a good god, or if you worship any god, it doesn't matter who, they take you into their arms when you die. They take your soul to whatever plane they're from. So I guess the idea is if you worship a good god, you have to be a good guy your whole life and you have to earn it, right? So at the end of your life, Sylvanus is like, I saw you throw that cigarette butt in the river, so you have to be a slug now. But the idea is that if you live a good life, you're rewarded in the afterlife by joining your goodly god in their afterlife, and it's like the perfect heaven for you. Versus if you want to be a shithead your whole life and live your mortal life, then you die, then you become a very crappy demon and you serve whatever shitty god that empowered you in life. So it's like, do you live for now or do you live for later? And like, how does that stuff balance? Yeah, I like that. Soon is a good choice, because if you spend your whole life just trying to be hot, you get to go to heaven.
Nice.
It says here, in your lifetime, you had sex with 17,000 people. Well, actually, that's correct. So if you could just open the door, I'll just come in and carry on.
God damn it, man.
So I need to find an angelic guide, which also fits with the whole like, wow, shit, I'm hearing whispers about being a better person in my sleep.
Yeah.
This sucks.
Yeah. So the idea is that everyone will have a god that they worship either directly or indirectly, just because that's like a thing. It's kind of part of like your character's background or whatever, but doesn't have a mechanical.
Can I worship Oral?
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah.
But I don't
Also
want
an
to-
unfortunate name for
Okay,
a god.
so I need to pick the angelic guide that you get to play, which they give me a name. I point out I could roll for the
Yeah, hold on. So
feature.
where are you pulling this from?
This is from just the ASMR.
Okay, let me find it because I want to see this too.
Yeah,
you
so
have, you have like a
options
guardian
are
angel or whatever, right?
lecturing, compassionate and hopeful, practical and lighthearted, fierce and vengeful. I kind of want 5. Stern and judgmental. Fucked up kid. Like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Consider the nature. Oh, because you have this link to an angelic being that provides guidance to you through dreaming. So you have literally a guardian angel that's just like,
and that's
being
why
evil,
I was,
do good.
I was just a regular mercenary, and then I'm like, no, I need to try and do something better. And I like the idea of just stern and judgmental. Just you get to be my stern and judgmental angel voice.
Yes, I like it. Yeah.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Do you want to take that one? Because you don't have to
I think
roll.
it's either that or I mean, like fierce and vengeful kind of makes sense, but I just like the idea of constantly being told I'm doing a bad job.
I like 6 too, kind and parental. Like, listen, honey, God and I were not angry at you. We're just disappointed that you murdered all those children. So we'd really like it if you would just go back to the inn and think about what you did, and then come and talk to us.
Is there one you would enjoy playing more?
I can go with all of them. I like fierce and vengeful. I think stern and judgmental has more like nuance to it. So
it's what I'm leaning towards, but let's also see what the dice say.
Okay.
I mean,
they may confirm for us.
No.
Compassionate and hopeful.
No.
It's gonna be okay.
Look up.
Shut up. Shut up, dream voice.
Oh, can you imagine how annoying?
Okay, now I kind of like kind of parental.
You're actually in hell, and it's like everything is gonna be fine.
Yeah, you want to go with stern and judgmental?
I think so.
Okay. And then you can either come up with a name for this like dream voice, or
let's take 2. It's your Mylandra.
Melandra. Okay.
Yeah, I'll just take that role as the other one.
Yeah, sure. That makes sense. Okay. Melandra, stern and judgmental. Okay, and I gotta look because this is the voice of like a specific angelic power in Celestia or wherever the hell they're from.
Yeah, so it's you have
what did I say?
Except for one who has turned evil has a link to an angelic being. That being usually a diva provides guidance to the ASMR, although that connection functions only in dream. As such, the guidance is not a direct command or a spoken word. Instead, you receive visions, prophecies, and feelings. So just constant feelings.
So an angel is a celestial agent sent forth into the planes to further its god's agenda for weal or woe. So the Deva is a servant. Melandra is a servant of a specific god who is just like hassling you. And then later you could be like, fuck you, Melandra. I'm going to worship Bane. And Melandra's going to be like, no, I failed you. Yeah.
But like that's what you get for being so stern and judgmental.
Yeah. You shouldn't have judged me, Mom. I love Satan now. Fucking awesome. All right. So
Asmodeus, draw me up a contract.
That's right. Listen, literally any devils that are listening, just give me stuff. Come on. Yeah. It's a buyer's market. So what who does Melandra serve? Helm? Torm? Tyr?
I think someone was mentioning that most of the ASMR are from Tyr.
Yeah, it depends. So what is what alignment is a Deva? I think lawful good.
I think it would also make sense for Helm if it was the Hell's Rider.
What's confusing, Dave?
Devas.
Deva. They're lawful good, yes. But that doesn't necessarily matter.
I think the Helm would also make sense because that's probably why I like currently worship Helm. Sure. And then that's also like Hell's Rider parents. And
I wonder what it would be like to have like your conscience as an external thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like instead of just being like, maybe I feel guilty about that. Literally having an angel with a trumpet just be like, You did a bad thing. Like, no, shut up. You shouldn't have eaten those crackers. They were Susan's crackers.
No!
Shut up, man.
Hear ye.
Yeah.
Yep. Good.
I
They're just
mean, I don't know.
following
I
around,
feel like that
pointing
would
at
be
me
a
like,
lot.
evil, naughty, bad.
I feel like that'd be a lot less
That's what
confusing.
this is gonna be.
Awesome.
And I am so excited because either I'll be like, you're right, I am bad. Let me try to be better.
The thing is, you just have guilt dreams. Like, because the Deva doesn't show up, right?
Look, all right, so I'm basically just playing a Jewish ASMR.
I like it. I'm into it. So you just have dreams where an angel that like served your family is just like, oh boy, here we go. We got to talk about this. Here, I have a list. You're going to be dreaming for a while. Snuggle up, honey, and just rolls those.
Judgmental, like grandmother voice.
Yeah, and I like
just
like
mom
the
bon.
potential for going either direction based on kind of the overall group tone.
Excellent.
Cool.
Excellent. I like it.
You're like, you never call, you never write. I only get to talk to you in dreams.
I'm just sitting up here by myself in heaven. It's fine. I played bridge with Zariel the other day. I haven't seen her in a month. What are you doing? Yeah, it's good. I like it. Cool. Okay. All right. So I'll figure out kind of the like paradigm of your like weird guilt dreams sent to you by heaven. Excellent.
May not understand the compromises and hard choices that mortals must grapple with.
What are you doing? It's evil. You know it's evil. Stop seeing that boy. He doesn't really love you.
Yeah.
Get yourself a nice angel boy. It'll be fine. So you're elf. You don't have to choose anything or roll anything for being a pureblood, right? That's a specific kind of 1T, and that's already.
Yeah, the 1T purebloods are the ones that like pass for human.
Yeah.
Except if you're looking them directly in the face.
Like,
Yeah. They have like weird snake eyes and scales, but other than that, they're like very human.
Yeah, that's what I figured. They're just like hot humans with like slightly pointier teeth and maybe like slitted pupils or whatever you could hide relatively easily. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I like it. Good. Excellent.
I look like in the movie Titanic when everyone's in the ocean freezing, except for all the time.
So you look like a dead frozen person, like a meat popsicle, if you will.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yes. That's
I am a meat popsicle.
Good. So Auril, not oral, Auril.
Auril.
Known as the cold goddess, frost maiden, ice dawn, and the goddess of winter, is a fickle, vain, and evil deity venerated out of fear. Which is also like a cool ice princess. I don't think you have that close of a relationship with her.
No, no. I don't like worship her. It's just like she's, if I'm paying respects to anybody, there, like I literally feel a tie to her because winter shit, but also I'm like, winter could be nice too. You don't have to be like shitty all the time, okay?
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, like you recognize the power of winter, but you're you want to mitigate it, right? Like I feel like this character, what's the Forgotten Realms equivalent of Christmas? Because I bet you like
oh my God, that's my
or whatever.
favorite.
You probably love that shit.
I do.
I'm gonna look it up. Forgotten Realms holidays.
Summer sucks ass.
Same. I also worship Auril. Calendar of Harptos.
Christmas.
Right. That's true. That's a canonic thing. So in Alturiac, the Claw of Winter or the Claws of Cold. I see. Midwinter is between Hammer and Alturiac, and it is like a solstice type of a thing.
So just midwinter.
Midwinter, yeah, is your like favorite holiday.
For sure.
That's
I also
cute.
love
like,
doggos.
It's cool.
Oh yeah.
I like the idea that your character has all this like evil stuff in her background, but like, do you know what alignment you're leaning towards?
Probably like neutral, chaotic, neutral kind of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah. So just like, I feel as a player a very strong compulsion to just like be like, oh guys, you want to do that? Sure. Yeah. Okay. Let's do it then.
It sounds like the characters are all like fundamentally struggling with trying to like decide whether to do the right thing or not.
Nope.
I was about to say, aside from Elf, who is just pretending to struggle with doing the right thing, right?
I have no inner emotional turmoil. I have no emotion. I'm a snake.
I like it. It's good. That's cool. Yeah. So like, I feel like your character is just like a weird sociopath by nature. Like,
it literally says in the UNT Pureblood, like, they don't have emotions.
Yeah, like why is your face leaking? What's happening? I don't understand. So like a little bit of data, right? Like, yeah, I'm into it. And I like the idea that that's like,
I don't understand.
Yeah, that it's like maybe like a struggle, that it's not just like you suck, you're the worst, but like I don't understand what's happening to you. Like, what's going on? Why do you feel this? Yeah, I like that. That's really cool. Do you know what alignment you want to play, Elf?
Neutral evil.
Yeah, neutral evil. Cool. Nice. Okay. And then
again, it's the base UNT Pureblood alignment. That's what it says.
Yeah. Okay. And then Lauren, do you know what alignment you want to be? You said something like
true neutral.
Yeah. Right. Undecided.
I don't know. I think I'm 33. I'm basically a millennial. I'm having a midlife crisis. That's 20 years too early.
Are you sure it's not 600 years too early?
Dreams. I'm hearing dreams. I was a mercenary. I thought I knew what I was doing with my life.
Oh my God. Yeah. You went into mercenary school because your parents pressured you into it right after high school. You spent several years as a mercenary, and one day you just woke up and you're like, I don't know about this anymore. I'm gonna go join the Flaming Fist.
Yeah, I joined the Flaming Fist, and then someone was like, "Hey, I got this cool proposition for you," and I was like, "All right." And then now I'm being hunted by dinosaurs.
Yeah, you had a chance to like fix something, and you got suckered. If I just
have a chance to talk with the dinosaurs, I'm sure everything will be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, and Blue Jay, you were saying chaotic neutral, or maybe just neutral?
Yeah, I mean, probably more chaotic because like
I weigh nothing. No.
And then Dave, neutral evil? Neutral?
Very, very light chaotic evil. Like I will be good. But people don't care about people. Love secrets.
It sounds like you're evil Varus. Like you're just like, I just like pulling the strings, and they're like, why? And you're like, I don't know, to watch them dance.
Yeah,
like it's fun. It's fun manipulating people. Your character and Elf's character probably get along pretty well.
Yep, I've found a bunch of really cool spells, and I'm super into all of them.
I'm gonna have to do.
They've added one called Mind Sliver, which is just like you hurt people's brains and they're worse at saves, and I'm just like. and there's one called Encode Thoughts that I'd never seen before, where you like pull a thought out of your head and it turns into
it's from Ravnica. It's a House Demir spell. Yeah,
and you can just put it stuff. So I want to like take people and just like whoop, and just put them in a book.
Yeah,
just steal their thoughts. That'd be so good.
Sure, that seems cool.
So why are we gonna try and defeat evil in hell?
Well, so you're not necessarily trying to defeat it. We'll get to how you all get kind of caught up in the adventure. This is one of those adventures that starts with something small and then you stumble into much larger circumstances. Cool. You all, and I think the intention of the adventure's kind of pre-setup stuff is you are together because you were all like fooled or manipulated, and now you have this noble house that's your enemy, and so you're sticking together to try to like tough it out. Plus, and we'll learn this at the beginning of the adventure, Aldersgate is, when we start, facing a crisis. There's a crisis of city level significance, and you all get caught up in that, and you know each other through. It's kind of like a centralized bond rather than bonds with each other specifically, and you can develop those as you go, right? And I think what's cool is being able, some kind of dino crisis. You can what's cool is that the shared backstory means that we can have scenes where you bring up or talk about, or like, hey, what if when we were trying to do the big dino heist, what if like this happened and you like saved me, or like, like feel free to flash back to that stuff as we play through the first act. Is there a dinosaur god? I believe Ubtao is the dinosaur god.
Ubtao.
God of dinosaurs, Chult, and also tiny mice.
Ubtao.
Yeah. Cool. I like it. I'm excited.
I need to buy gear because I did the stupid thing.
Yes. So the other thing will be figure out what your character's gear is from your background. and from your other stuff. Come up with names for your characters.
I already know my name.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you want to save it, or do you want to spill the beans?
I mean,
now?
I think I've already said it on the internet.
Okay, well let's wait. We'll reveal everybody's names together at the beginning of the next section.
It's not Helsa.
It's not Helsa. That can be your fan nickname.
I remember when Dave tried to pull some Donkey
Yeah, what was your
shit.
stupid name you tried to have for Tomb, Dave?
I think it was like Davikin or something.
Yeah,
Oh, the Davikin, right? A barbarian with the shout. Okay, good. Yeah. So based on, and I wanted to take a second to talk about it. So based on my initial look through, I basically looked at anything that was important for character creation. I skimmed the beginning of the adventure. It is set in hell, but I don't get the impression this is like more of a blasted wasteland, post-apocalypse, like violent military conflict type of hell, right?
Yeah.
Avernus isn't the like body horror, hurting children and animals hell, right? Like, so the scary stuff, and this is definitely going to be heavy metal album cover scary, like Iron Maiden scary.
Yeah, Avernus is like the battlefield of hell.
Yeah, it's a battlefield of hell. So there isn't anything that I found in what I could see that was particularly like gonna push on anybody's sensitivities.
Wait, are you saying that people will get to witness me in this?
They might if you jump on top.
I
of one
have
of these
vehicle proficiency. I demand a vehicle.
There will at some point, I guarantee you will have the opportunity to be like, take a body out of the cockpit of a hell wagon, throw them aside, and lead a merry chase across.
I just want a pack of sled dogs.
Right, hellish sled dogs. I like it. I like it. It's good. It's good. It's like the Iditarod, but it's on fire, which I guess if we wait long enough. Climate change. So, so there wasn't anything that I could find so far. I'll keep looking ahead. I'm going to do like a GM prep stream where I go through kind of like the whole thing as far as like the first act goes. But yeah, I haven't found anything that I thought was like a thing worth mentioning. If I find anything, I'll let you know. And then as usual, like if anything comes up, we all kind of know we can be like, yo, move on. Stop. I don't want to hear about this. Shut up, Adam. We've been playing long enough that I feel like I can trust you to interrupt me if I'm like, yeah, and then a bad thing happens. You're like, I don't want to hear about this. I think that's everything for me. What do you think? Do we have any yet unanswered questions? Do we have concerns, thoughts? I feel like we got a pretty good handle on the characters.
Yeah, I feel like characters have come up pretty well.
So what I'll need from you, my dear players, so that I can commission right now, Drummer Boy is working on a custom theme song for us.
Yay!
I'm so excited. We had a conversation. I love talking about theme music with Drummer Boy because I'm always like, it's like this and then this. Like for Heist, what did I say? I was like the theme song from the Italian Job meets Lord of the Rings, and like so we've been batting around some ideas for songs, so we're gonna do that, and then I need from you. I need descriptions of your characters that I can pass on to an artist, so we can get tokens and character art, and I can make a custom interstitial screen for us.
I'm not ready.
As much as I'm excited to look at Zariel every week for the next however long, I want to see your characters, and I think that the audience does too. And once we have that custom art too, I'll make up like we did with Tomb. I want to make up those little individual character screens with the class and the race and like a little quote and like the whatever we did the three things about your character, because those were fun. So we'll do that for these characters as well, I think. So that's all I need is just descriptions of your characters. Finish the characters as much as you can in this account, and then when I get the full account sometime between now and next week, I'll just character vault you over, and I'll send you the new link.
Yeah.
Alrighty then.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. So to answer Stargamer, my impression is that this adventure will likely be more like parts of Tomb. It doesn't have the overland travel stuff that Tomb does, but it's not as focused and like tightly constrained as Dragon Heist was, and it's definitely going to be really different from Mad Mage, right? Mad Mage was very like, here's a dungeon with 32 dungeons under it. This one has some dungeon stuff, it has some city stuff, and then things get real weird right quick. So yeah, I'm excited to explore Baldur's Gate and meet some weird NPCs and do the D&D thing. Yeah. That's everything for me. So we will have episode 1, unless something drastic changes. Episode 1 will be next week. When are you? Because we're gonna be missing our paladin for a few sessions. When is that happening? I saw you gesture, but I didn't hear what you said. You're muted. Haha, you can't leave if you can't tell us when you're not around. There you go.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, now we can hear you.
First 2 sessions.
Okay, so the 16th and the 23rd. Okay, so our paladin will be in the background. The patsy will be hiding out until
that makes sense.
Okay, yeah, totally. Okay, so our first 2 weeks, that's fine.
Oh shit, that makes me only frontline for the first 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's right. I wanted to get, this was the thing, and I'm glad that we had this opportunity to sit down and make the characters together so that we didn't have to make a new character and then try to like shoehorn you in. It's much more fun having all that stuff together. So you will already know Lauren's character when they show up. So yeah, cool. All right. For folks who are asking about when I'm going to do the GM prep stream, I don't know yet. It's dependent on the very hardworking people at Roll20, the folks who are putting the module together. Those folks will let me know when they have enough for me to look through the first part of it. The plan is to do it between now and next Monday, sometime in the next following week, but we'll see. Regardless, we'll be playing because I'll have the beginning of the adventure right before it comes out. And the adventure officially comes out on the Roll20 Marketplace and in game stores everywhere September 17th, I believe. Yep. So if you want a sneak peek at it, continue watching our show because you'll get the intro to the game. You get a little demo of the adventure before we get started. I think that's that. As far as letting people know, because I know this is like a sensitive thing for longtime viewers of Roll20 Presents, if you are concerned about this adventure ending before we get to the end of it, that is highly possible. It'll depend. We tend to play the beginning parts of adventures, and then it depends on how long. Like this is a 13-level adventure, so the chances of us getting all the way through it are pretty slim, but that's by design. That's how we do these shows. We'll give you enough to like learn about it and see how it works and to start your own game, and then we'll go and do the same on the next thing. This one's longer than Dragon Heist by a fair bit, but we'll see. You never know, right? There's a lot of places where it kind of branches in the middle. Yeah, it's level 1 through 13. So yeah, so there's a lot to it. That's that. Anybody else have any other things? Do we have anything we need? No?
I'm not playing a cleric.
That's true. You're not.
It's a strange and terrible world.
You're cleric adjacent though, so you'll be fine. You'll be safe.
Yeah, divine spellcaster still.
Mm-hmm.
Wizard.
Yeah, I'm excited. So yeah, go forth. And if you have thoughts or suggestions, or you just want to like let everybody know how much you're excited for the show, I will let them know. I'll let them tell you where you can do that. Elf, you start.
Should I start doing the snake voice in my outros already? No, I won't. But hi, I'm Distracted Elf. You can find me at twitch.tv/DistractedElf or on Twitter at DistractedElf. I also have a Discord server, which you can access by just typing !Discord in my chat. So on my Twitch channel, where I'm probably going to be talking about what gear I should buy. For this character, because I have 90 gold to spend, and I don't know, I usually just take this starting stuff, so this is going to be interesting. So there's a tabletop section there. Tell me what I should buy.
Yeah, cool. I'm into it. Down below, Elf, Lauren, do your thing.
Hi, can you hear me? Great, cool. All right, I'm here. I'm Random Tuesday. I'm the one whose audios break. You can find me pretty much everywhere on the internet at Random Tuesday. I will be disappearing for a couple of weeks, which is why I won't be here on the show, because I'm going to Korea, which is very exciting. So if you want to see pictures inevitably of all of the food that I'm eating, follow me on some form of social media like Instagram or Twitter. I also make cosplays and play RPGs. So if you like any of those things, I'm sure I will be a delight for you.
Excellent. Thank you. I hope you have so much fun. I'm so envious. I wish I could go on trips all the time. I'm so excited. Next up, I'm going to do it in order. Dave, do the thing, Dave.
Woo! Thanks, everybody. I'm really excited. And you can find me and my stuff at Dave__human on Twitter and Dave_human on Twitch. And I'm going to have to think very hard about a name for this character.
Yeah, what does Sverfneblin names sound like?
I don't know.
Finnish, probably?
Do you think they sound like Smurfneblin?
I mean, I'm sure if you Google Smurfneblin names, somebody will have some.
I don't understand how you all are having no problem saying Smurfneblin.
Sverfneblin.
Sverfneblin.
So this is the thing. If you play Dungeons and Dragons long enough, you end up being able to say stupid things like Sverfneblin.
Yeah.
I found a Deep Gnome name generator, so you could have a name like Kaldrat Onyx Feet or Thokned Brass Stealer. Doug Flint Face. It's me, I'm Doug Flint Face. I got a flinty face.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And in my head, ever since we picked all this stuff, this character.
I'm gonna send you that link. You should pick one of those.
I remember those. What was it? Bob's and Dugnut.
Yeah, Bob's and Dugnut.
I like Bob's and Dugnut. He kind of, in my head, he looks like Robin Williams playing one of the characters, which is like slightly deranged.
Oh yeah,
like big out hair and stuff. Oh, like getting a good idea.
I like it. Yeah, that's great. Cool, excellent. Thanks, Dave. And last but not a cleric, it's Blue Jay.
It's me. I'm not a cleric. I'm Bluejay. You can find me most days at twitch.tv/Bluejay, on Twitter at Bluejay_712, and on Patreon at Bluejay712. I am really excited for, like, I'm already thinking about makeup for my character cosplay. I'm just like gonna glue crystals to my face or some shit. It'll be a good time. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm hoping to play more D&D. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, I'm excited. The beginning of a new campaign is always so much fun. I can't wait. I've been having a good time looking through the adventure. I love hell. It's like my favorite. You know, you spend your whole life waiting for someone to set a Dungeons and Dragons adventure in the stinking pit you grew up in. So I'm really looking forward to this adventure. I'll let you know, internet, when you can watch me go through the first act and kind of get prepared. You'll be able to find that information on Twitter. So follow me at Skinny Ghost on Twitter, and that's it. We're done. We're done with our character creation. So tune in next week for the real deal beginning of the adventure. Thank you for coming. Thanks for your help, everybody. And we will see you next time. That's it for us. Bye. Whether you're a brand new fan or a longtime viewer, you can support the show and the cast of Roll20 Presents by going to roll20.net/start/Roll20Presents and signing up for a free account. Dungeon Masters will find maps, tokens, and a cornucopia of exciting tools to improve their game. Players will gain access to built-in character sheets with support for dozens of different role-playing games. No matter what role you take, our quantum randomized dice roller is there to keep the action moving. Don't wait to join the party. Sign up today at roll20.net/start/Roll20Presents.